Full of darkness and danger, we rode into the shadows. The stories of our journey will stay with us, and the might of our swords shall protect us forevermore.
And we're here, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Technical with a dog.
It was. It was in a Disney version, but in our version, it's never Disney. Dark Disney.
Dark Web Disney.
Dark Web Disney.
And since Disney now owns Star Wars, we can legitimately go da 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 da.
Nope, I can't even see it.
Okay.
I can see.
Don't poke the
I
bear.
see applause. That's about it.
Okay, that's
Around the table, favorite bands. Dale, your favorite band.
Oh, it's too many. What genre?
Yeah.
It's Devo. We'll just go with Devo.
Devo.
Genre, what generation?
Yeah,
what
what decade? Devo, possibly Rammstein,
Ministry.
Nine Inch Nails, Ministry, Nitzareb, mostly industrial,
Yeah.
and
it's
Devo.
Devo. And
Oh, and Psychobilly,
Psychobilly.
Electro Swing.
What?
What were we just talking about? Eclectic musical taste
Yeah,
the other
you
day.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
won
did
that
that
last.
last
I gotta.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Whatever. Whatever. That was the most. We are so lame.
yeah.
Ray, your favorite bands.
I've got to go the same with Dale though. There's which genre, which time period. I mean, I also get into the medieval and Renaissance music, so
Hardcore.
hell, yeah, bardcore is cool.
Hardcore, yeah.
Hardcore. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I've actually performed as a drummer for a belly dance troupe, so I mean that's
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Beats Antique. The band. It's
Yeah.
totally off the wall.
I mean,
What are them?
Heather Alexander is a good one.
Robinson's own favorite band.
The Bilge Pumps. You're welcome, Craig.
That leave you, Brad.
Was somebody asking what our favorite band?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to
Oh,
go
okay.
around the table and tell us their favorite bands.
Okay.
Is that my turn then?
Yeah.
Favorite bands would be
Too many of them.
Just have your own hand on your coat.
Oh God, yeah. Led Zeppelin, Metallica, Nitzareb, Skinny Puppy, Ministry.
Yeah.
I like Enya and Clannad. It just all really depends. A lot of 80s stuff
mad
like
at Clannad?
Ice House and Aha. You know,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like all that stuff.
Dennis pulls up
Yeah.
the Rolodex. Let's go back to the 50s.
I got to kick the scroll back here a few yards. Serena. Or Sirena. The Siren group for the Raconteur stuff. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. C.W. McCall. The Captain and Tennille. Beatles.
Oh,
Yeah, Beatles.
Beatles.
Yeah,
Did you name the guy that sings about the chickens in the road?
I don't know him.
The song about the chickens in the road. They were in a truck.
And you need to stop smoking the crack in the room.
C.W. McCall with the
Yeah, that was the one.
Is that the one? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the chickens were in the road. They just got knocked off the truck when it went through the short underpass.
Okay, y'all looking at me like I'm on drugs, and I was right. There were chickens and there were roads.
Me and Earl was hauling chickens on the flatbed out of Wiggins.
Oh, no, that's chickens.
You're the one that brought it up.
And Flo and Zach are having some hair compliment contests here.
Don't forget to poke in the fart.
Hair compliment. How about Dennis?
They're telling each other how much they like each other's hair. And Flo and Zach loves beats antique.
Pictures are never
Oh,
happened.
Beats Antique. All right.
Pictures that never happened.
Jackie Ty sent some roses.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Money! What's wrong with you people?
It's not money, it's a flower.
Yeah.
Come on.
Roses.
It
It's appreciated. That's what it is.
Thank you guys.
And we haven't even started gaming yet.
Send us more money so we can buy new cameras.
Yeah, apparently got to recycle them every week.
Yeah.
Hello, exactly for sharing the live video. No Pink Floyd. Yes, we love.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, mine. Yeah, I got the Cure. Duran.
Yeah.
Tori Amos,
Yep.
and a bunch of industrial bands.
I was gonna say, I always remember some of the first times I ever hanged out with you was sitting on the couch at your apartment there on Chambers Street. We would watch
Oh,
the video, the wall.
Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when he was an angry young man.
An angry young man.
Yep.
Now an angry old man. Yeah, pretty much. Don't talk to
The dark
me.
side of the moon, it's all dark. You
Yes.
guys
Yeah.
Yep.
Pink Floyd.
are- You, sir.
Careful with that
Imperative
action, Gene.
reaction was
What kind of reaction?
imperative.
Oh.
Yeah, they're very good. A lot of the old '80s stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Old little bit of Idol, old Billy.
Yeah.
Because I thought he
Yeah.
A lot of industrial.
He Mike
Metal.
likes to dance with himself.
You know, Skyrim soundtrack.
With my suit.
All kinds of
Oh yeah.
So and just a random homeless person playing a tuba in an alley. That's just awesome. Speaking of hot, welcome to Warhammer. Welcome to Warhammer.
Very nice, finally live.
Yeah, Tuesday, almost Wednesday, but we made it.
It's Wednesday.
Anyway, playing Warhammer Fantasy First Edition.
That's what we should
If you
call
look
the
back
live
in the
stream.
age olds, this was what Brad and I got into with Mr. Sofer back in the day. It really broadened our horizons, and we've been dice addicts ever since. So brought these other lovely people in for Dale first off, and then years and years of playing Boo, your lovely Raisin, which will be making a appearance soon.
A cameo. Lady Brad.
Yep.
Did you ever
And,
find that character?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because I looked for it and I didn't see it.
I have her. So, anywho,
Are you playing tonight or next week?
we'll make it next week.
Okay.
That way we get the cameras correct. Anyway, so what happened? This is the adventure is called "How About Them Apples," and we started the adventure after it's Thursday was the last adventure where basically the PCs had gone to a small town, and every Thursday the undead walked up and rocked around town unless they had a blessed stone in their cornerstone of their home, and everybody hid in there. The undead wouldn't attack them, and pretty much Outdorf had been sending all the dead out there to bury because there was no room in the city. So basically, they were kept rising up and going that way. Well, it found out that the Lord there was going to do a little public execution of some criminals to show them a few things with some other lords and ladies of the area.
Some of them political.
Yes, and Lord Delbert Pepperstein, and he was basically just returned from a trip to the World's Edge Mountains and had found something he was seeking. What he was looking for was the head of this necromancer who had passed, and the Shellian temple, the outdoor. The Moor priests,
Take two.
yes, the Moor priests had separated the head from the body so he could never rise again. So this Lord had a brilliant idea. If I bring him together, and I kept hearing his whisperings, I would have unbeatable power. And he brought these other lords and ladies in to help him with the endeavor. They had helped finance it. Well, that didn't quite go as planned because when the necromancer lived up, he basically drained the souls of all these rich lords and ladies and made him his own servant. And our PCs here basically went in an attack and saved the prisoners and killed this Dark Lord. And unfortunately, the Lord perished along with,
That was unfortunately. Wow.
well, you know. Anyway, the head was removed again and separated. The Moor priest who was hidden away, his name was Leopold Dowman. He was hidden away in a jail cell, and you guys freed him later on, and he found out what was going on. They gave you a holy relic that killed the necromancer before, which is what slayed the necromancer again. Following morning, you guys woke up and you headed down the road heading to Altdorf, where en route you came across a very poorly made ambush at a dwarf.
Thanks, Mod.
Yes.
Dwarf.
Shared our video.
Oh, thank you.
Who did?
Mod.
Oh, thank you, Mod.
Mod.
Basically,
I thought we all just froze right there.
Yeah.
It's like reboot.
Mike's up
anyway, there was a cart that broke the wheel in this trap. And as you guys approach, you basically saw there were bandits kind of in the forest, dressed as crudely as orcs.
David, we're playing Warhammer.
Warhammer
Fantasy, first edition.
First edition.
Thanks for following us.
Yes, thank you. Basically, he broke this brake hammer was trying to fix the wagon. There was an elderly lady named Tillman, and they were hauling apples to Outdoor to sell. And he had an apple brandy, which was very tasty, that you dwarves enjoyed quite a bit and had partaked of. In the meantime, though, real orcs came and attacked the bandits and you, including this gigantic ogre with a little goblin running his head, and he was blowing a horn. Our lovely elf
Terrible horn.
fired a few rounds out, killing the goblin in mid blow, and turned into a huge fight between the dwarves,
I hate
which
dying in mid blow.
really racked up some points, especially for your dwarf, right in the kibble cabbles.
Right, the mommy daddy.
Great Hammer broke his collarbone, threw him into a tree, and knocked you down pretty bad too.
Yeah.
But you ended up killing him, and
Keep going.
you killed him. The bandits took off, and you killed off the remaining orcs, and pretty much that was that.
And then someone found something.
Yes, then
we destroyed the
Rob's
horn.
character went and found this horn he was blowing because it flew off into the trees after that specific shot. And he was going to blow it, and they're like, no, we better destroy it, put it in the fire. And then there was this scream, and it went dark, like night, and there was like some phantom being broke loose from the horn, scared the bejesus out of everybody, especially Brad, but which made him go crazy. It was just the last straw for the last few days, and basically he released something into the world, and we don't know what, but the horn did burn away because it was a horn made of human flesh, and it was the actual face of somebody, and it was pretty disturbing. So whatever it was not a good thing, and it was good it was destroyed, but something got out. Don't know what.
It was Larry King.
All right.
King Larry. Hip, hip.
Right.
David Driscoll was wanting to know what we were playing, and we told him Warhammer, and said he never played it. He's a D&D guy. And I said, well, keep watching because we play everything.
We play it all.
Yeah, so far.
Well, hopefully D&D.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully D&D.
And the mouse speaker says, my man's name is David. His head popped up, and he said, they're playing Warhammer?
Yeah.
that's right. Yep. Warhammer
And then he
Fantasy.
says, David Driscoll says, I will watch, but I got first edition Monster Manual Cthulhu in it.
Oh,
Oh, first ring.
yeah, nice. That's pretty good.
He said he didn't spell it right. I'm like,
That's
okay.
Cthulhu knows
Nobody
what
can
you
say
said.
it right either
Let's say
anyway.
you've lost too much insanity to spell it correctly.
I
Yeah.
go through that little Cthulhu town the other day.
Yes. Yeah. That's weird.
So, in the meantime, you were also with this lord's son, who was being married into the rich one. Her name was Relda and Lupin, and they were going to the city to basically announce to what had happened. She had a bodyguard. Her name was Gilda, and she was their bodyguard. She was coming with you guys as well. Now, unfortunately, no one seemed to notice that Wade's character was not with us. You kind of waited around and went on down the road, and
It's not a fun.
no one seemed to know where Kazan was. Well, Kazan, you kind of woke up a little bit early before these guys did, and in the middle of your rest, basically. Now, what is the god you were following? I'm sorry, Grimnir. Okay, so as you were sleeping that evening, yes.
David wants to know, is it something like D&D, like Neverwinter?
Warhammer is like,
It's all medieval fantasy.
but it's
Like heavy metal fantasy.
Yeah, it's like D&D mixed with Cthulhu. Actually, it's got a lot of weird stuff going on, but it's it's the grim world of perilous adventure. So it's like D&D, but like very violent. I mean, you could really mess yourself up and die horribly in this game, and it's a lot.
On a horn and drove him nuts.
Yeah, it's a lot darker than
And
D&D.
if you recall that Brad's character did die, and then he rose out of his wounds and was totally healed.
Yeah.
He blew that weird green light.
Horrible for a troll slayer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
What a
Robbed of my
movie.
death.
Very interesting game. It's a cool game.
yeah.
He saw his god continually slaying all these foes, and look around and see him and says, "Not ready for you yet. Go back."
Now, Grimnir, as you were basically sleeping that night, now, if I remember correctly, Grimnir is the god of war, correct? Yes.
Yeah. He's also the god of for troll slayers and stuff.
Okay. All right. And so, as you were sleeping, you kind of felt like you were on some strange field of battle. But it was, you were like astral projecting. You were far away, and you almost knew that you weren't there because if you looked, your body seemed transparent. But you were littered across a field of just endless bodies, and they were weird. They were like chaos. Your mind couldn't even comprehend them. They were just tentacles and snarls and 3 or 4 beaks and weird heads, and it just, some of your mind just blocked it out
You're
because
suddenly
it
in a
was
John
somewhere.
Carpenter movie.
And as you looked there, you saw him in this weird, and it wasn't the old world. It was somewhere else. There was like purple trees and red rocks, and like yellow leaves on the trees too. It was just very strange. And he's battling these forces, and as you kind of are approaching him, he turns and looks at you, and he says, and basically he goes, "You have to protect him. Protect it. Protect it." And then you wake up. And it's basically you just wake up and like you've had 80 cups of coffee. There's nothing left. You know, you're wide awake. Everyone else is passed out. But pretty much
There's
that
a
happens.
Starbucks cup right
And as you can hear that, you hear a smart rap like on the stone because you were down in the basement. You gotta wake up, you gotta start your calling. What it goes to, you gotta have a calling.
Yes, that's actually really good. You're lucky there's a camera.
I'm so white. Anyway, yeah. So there, you hear that because you're wide awake. What do you do?
Get up and go see what the noise was.
It opens up quite easily, and it is that female priestess. Remember, you saved at the inn, and as soon as I can find her name,
We'll turn on the porno music and we'll
Yep.
get into the roles.
and she's wearing extra heavy clothing, so she's really hot. You can't see her humanness at all.
I am so.
She's got a stuck-on beard. So she's really trying to, Rory, it's good to see you. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Beard carrying bags of stein.
Little wispy beard.
Victoria Ballad. Okay. So Victoria, she
Have a secret.
she's gonna show it to him. She's like, "Oh, you're awake. I'm sorry if I woke you."
So in the middle is the.
As you remember, you guys freed that other priest.
Hi, Ben.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom, hey.
And she's like, "Oh, I hate to wake you, but Father wishes me to touch one of you if you wouldn't mind coming." And she kind of looks at the others, and they seem all asleep.
No, I wouldn't mind coming. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
Start rapping again.
No, the elves don't actually sleep per se.
Is that true in Warhammer, or is that just
No, it's Warhammer.
Is it Warhammer?
Every 3 days, they kind of meditate, or kind of a light sleep thing.
Yeah. But I knew it wasn't the same as D&D though.
Yeah.
So, Mike,
Yes.
she says that.
Yes.
There you
No,
go,
I'm-
everybody.
Just
Well, she kind of also, you might want your equipment all the way through upstairs. It's something you. Father wants to ask one of you at least, or maybe the group, to protect something for us.
Dun, dun, dun.
turn around and go back and you're up.
You put on your clothes, which, she was a little embarrassed, but that's
Still putting on everybody else's clothes.
She took everybody's stuff and leave. Okay.
You're
So,
not wearing my
she's up.
bowstring.
She takes you basically out to the Temple of Moor, that little thing, and pretty much go up there, and you do see Max Guloff. He was the priest.
Right.
He looks a little bit more cleaned up, and he's still bandaged, and he's actually eating some breakfast. He looks kind of starving. He looks at you, and he looks almost kind of savage. I mean, he's combed his hair, but he's still just eating eggs raw almost. I mean, it's not raw, but I mean just with no utensils. He's like, oh, yes. Are they all out here? No, sir. It's just the wolf cousin. He was awake. I didn't want to wake the others. Oh, all right. Cousin, please have a seat. You're a follower of Grimnir, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, you're a holy man. You might understand how important this is.
Well,
I need to get the head of the necromancer out of here as soon as possible. I feel that even within the proximity, he will start regaining power again. Would you mind accompanying her, Victoria, to Altdorf, to the head priest there?
okay.
I don't know if you want to do that, but I'd like to keep it as quiet as possible, so that way we don't have any other issues.
That sounds good.
But we wouldn't mind. Have some
Look at the
breakfast.
TikTok camera and ask Mouse Meekers how she likes your beard.
Keep the beard on, huh?
Well, he she brings out you some breakfast, and he kind of cleans himself up a little bit and kind of goes in back and starts preparing the necromancer's head back in that iron box they brought it with originally.
Yeah.
And she asks, "Are you a priest yourself?" Right. Well, this has been quite an initiation. I know that for myself. I am quite shocked and thankful for you and your compatriots for everything that you've done for us. It's truly been an honor. Thankful. Who knows what would have happened if you weren't here? And she continues to small talk some and everything else.
Yeah.
Without you say we'll condense it, but
Yeah.
pretty much.
Well, because I'm not going to speak to her.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I know. And she keeps trying to talk to you. So she's like, okay, well, I don't know what if I'm saying something wrong. And she says a couple words in Dwarvish and friend, hat,
Prophylactic.
friend hat.
Friend hat. Wear me as a hat, friend.
Sit on my face and tell me I love me.
I'll sit on your face and tell you I love you.
Well, after a little bit, he comes back in and he's like, well, all right, I have the box ready, but we'll have to go to the catacomb and fetch it.
Very well.
All right. You'll accompany me. And basically you come through the area, and it seems like if there are a few undead walking around, he's able to basically cast them away. But you really don't see very many at all. Like one or two, you're scuffling down one alleyway. But it takes some time. You do get to the area where you
It takes some time.
dismembered him, and you find the head. And the head, actually, the eyes are rolled up. They got that white look, and even though he's almost 1,000-year-old corpse, it still looks fairly fresh. And you almost think,
Oh, God.
yeah, you almost think the eyes turn to you a little bit when you enter the room, and the mouth quivers. And he basically says some prayers, and it goes dormant again. And he's like, "Oh, I was afraid of this." So he takes a large napkin and puts it over it. Now it's good. No, he put some holy oils on him and some other wraps.
Was that a bounty napkin or the?
It's a quicker picker upper, so you can pick it up really fast. You don't really have to look at it, and it's absorbent, so the goo is not going to go onto your hands, and it's awesome. So he's trying to patent it and make it part of the church's new communal thing, but it still works. Not a sponsor, definitely not a sponsor. But it takes some time. He did, you were carrying the box pretty much. Mm-hmm. He places it in there, seals it, says some prayers, and then has you help him put the body back in the slab. And then pretty much, what's your strength?
7.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, you're just like, whoop. He's like, all right, let me push this thing. You're like, one finger. But you seal the sarcophagus. He and she do some prayers. I guess you just kind of hang out for a little bit. Well, they kind of do some incantations and blessings upon the area. And he says, well, this will do for now, but let's get this out again. Pretty much you carry it back and go back to the temple. And he goes like, well, that was why you were in there for several hours.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you'll come here, and here's some coins. And he gives her some money and some other stuff. It's like some letters. I wrote these last night. Give this to the temple, and hopefully you and your friends will not have any other problems on the way to the church. I don't know what's going to happen from there, but hopefully they will send some more priests out here and we can finish the situation once and for all. He says, yes, Father, of course. Well, thank you. And he shakes her hand reverently and like that.
And then steals it.
But pretty much she goes out. She says, well, I have a horse down at the inn. And you kind of go down there, and the barkeep is out front. He's like, oh, you missed your friends. You've already left.
All right.
He's like, well, I need the horse, well, the father's horse. He's like, well, it's in the thing. And he goes out there, gets it all ready. And did you have a horse or not?
No.
Okay. She's like, crap, what are we going to do? And he's like, a walk. Oh, damn. And he's like, the Lord's got some horses up there. Don't worry about it. So he goes with you guys up to the old Lord's temple. They had the thing there. You do see that man armed.
Yeah.
He kind of sided with you guys at the end, switch sides. And he's with some other people. He's like, oh, you're a little late. Your friends are here already.
Yeah, we're trying to catch up.
He's like, well, take one of the horses. You at least owed that. So you get a horse. A riding horse with all your equipment. So write that down. It's good to be a bit tardy. That's like Raconteur Society. Every Tuesday. We're always late.
Every Thursday, we're always late. Yes, Tuesday. Oh, no wonder. Damn it.
Damn it. I drink
One of those tea days. Like, I never remember.
Teabag Day. I can't remember.
Yeah, never forget Teabag Day.
It's a national holiday. Saddlebags, horse saddle, and it's actually a good quality, so it's one of the Lord's stuff.
Yeah.
The horse is good quality or the saddlebag is good quality?
All of it.
All of it. It's the-
And basically, they rig up
the
something
stamps on
to put
everything. It says
them.
good quality, including the horse has a stamp.
Yeah.
Good quality.
Yeah, good quality. It's got a big G on it.
Get the Walmart Safe Choice.
Got that little tag that's thrown right on.
You pull up the tag. You pull up the
dry clean
underneath.
only.
There's a tag. And dry clean only. But pretty much, they have like a little make something that you can put the box on, and he's like, "Well, good luck. If you wouldn't mind too," he kind of has a letter. It's like, "I wrote this for my son. I didn't think about it till after everyone left, but
Dear son, I love you immensely, but not in the way you think. We need to talk to your mother.
and my fault was a bit off. He thinks I'm a sandwich. I don't know why.
I mean, we should have said eat me, Dad.
Eat you, son of evil. Anyway, so he had basically worked for the Lord for some time because his son wanted to get into the higher ups of knighthood, and through the Lord
Gracias.
and working for him, he had got him into being a squire and some other stuff. So
Yeah.
he was almost blackmailing him to definitely, you're not an elf tonight. So into doing whatever he wanted. But now that that was all over with, basically he's wrote a letter to his son just to tell him, well, I don't know what's going to happen, but if you wouldn't mind delivering this to him, he's at the castle, basically, with the infantry. So, yeah, but he just shows you where to go the whole time. He'd really appreciate it.
I can do that.
Well, he shakes your hand again, you know, great. And you guys head on down
I
the
go and
road.
look at the horse and go, okay.
There's a bucket. You can stand on the bucket. You get to keep the bucket.
The horse looks back at you like, oh, God damn it.
It's a good quality bucket too. So
Actually, the
GQ bucket.
if you remember the Dragonlance books, the dwarves at one point were using full size horses, but they would have little rope ladders attached to the saddle and drop it down, climb up.
makes sense. All right. Well, pretty much you guys head down the road. You don't really see too much, but eventually you come up to a scene, and there are some guard about on the road. You see a burnt wagon off to the side. Right here it is over here.
Yeah.
You can't see it from right there, but there is a. You can maybe look at the monitor. You can see it there. There's a burnt wagon.
Your finger looks amazing.
Yes.
There's a gigantic ogre in the middle of the road, and various orcs lying about.
Yeah.
There are some road wardens and a couple other people kind of like gawking and seeing the, as they ride by, they're. Why are you touching to the road?
Well, hey, guys, you know what we're doing?
And, you see this giant ogre, and he had like a little goblin on his head. He's been squished. You just see his head sticking out. And, pretty much some big battle happened here. And they're trying to haul the ogre out of the way, but it's so heavy, they're like just yanking, it's not moving. So you guys come up.
If you cut it, it'd be move easier.
Go with Zach.
He's like, well, I actually got all I did. Damn it. All right, Corporal. He's like, yes, sir. All right, soldier, get over here.
Yeah, real quick, do you want to explain to David about the thief?
Oh yeah, real quick. He had asked if thief was something you could play, and I'm like, Warhammer's different. You don't choose like a class; it's a career.
Yeah, so
You can personalize it because there's like footpad, tomb robber, highwayman. It depends on what kind of thief you want to be, and then you can kind of specialize in what you do,
right.
which is kind of interesting compared to
Who are you
D&D.
responding to?
David.
David McNorman says, I received a link regarding urgent information about your car warranty. I talked about that.
Oh, so
That was it's my nephew.
Yeah.
Well, you want it, if anybody wants to buy the warranty, it's 10 gold. So,
Yeah.
you don't have any cards yet.
Trying to
But
reach you about your extended car warranty.
Yeah, warranty.
If you don't have it, look what happens.
so go out and it breaks down, catches fly out. Pretty much you can make your way past them.
Yeah.
Keep on down the road. And as you come around the bend, you start seeing Altdorf up ahead, which is the great capital. That it's comparable to Berlin. It's got 3 rivers that kind of meet together. 2 rivers that meet into a larger river going the Rhine. And you can see the castle, the walls, and the fields, and this human civilization at its peak. And lots of people going up and down the roads now. They all seem to kind of get together. And as you go up ahead on a wagon, you see the group traveling along, and they seem to have a wagon full of apples now with some thing. And you do see a dwarf in the back, and he's basically kind of bandaged up a little bit. And every bump, you hear him moan. But
You hear 2 moans in it.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God. There's no comfortable way to sit.
But if you guys are going, you will see them coming up behind. You see that priestess girl, Victoria, and then, of course, Kaizen, which you abandoned. Cosrin. Sorry.
Oh, red dwarf over there. You look familiar.
You call him a red wolf.
He does have a very nice horse, though, with good quality equipment.
You know, hanging on for dear life.
Yes, pretty much.
Red wolf
And he does have a very familiar metal case on the back of his horse. Looks very familiar to the one that they had the head in at the ceremony, so
He's coming to give his head.
you might not want that right now.
I need something blown on. You know, a little bit tough down here.
I believe he is the head of the necromancer. I say we speed up and lose that.
I'm with him.
Are you hiding your
Don't go
drinking
too
problem,
fast.
Mike?
But let me stand up first.
TikTokers know all about it, right?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But they're not going too quick, so you can't catch up with them. She's like, "Oh, hello, great warriors and friends. Hello, it's good to see you again. It is I, Victoria, the priestess you rescued at the inn, and so on and so forth, and recap.
Recant, recap.
Raw, who's she again?
That one chick.
Oh, okay.
You know. The human.
I did not want to wake you earlier, but he was awake and went on a quest for us. I was surprised you did not wait for him. That's okay.
Oh, right. Oh, you watching my chart here?
You gotta help yourself.
You say yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, poor yeah.
Go ahead and roll your toughness.
How much of it is, mate?
Let's see, and that's off of.
So you just add a 0 to your T. Your toughness.
Okay, so 50. 87.
Oh, it's got some kick, and it's kind of like, oh, I haven't had a good drink in a while, and actually after you drink the one, you get a little buzz, which is pretty good. And that's like, whoa, that's pretty good. So, as you are still kind of buzzing a bit, so, or can you want ahead and buzz some more since you've been probably
Probably if
drinking?
we're just sitting on the wagon, yeah.
So go ahead and talk amongst yourselves if you wish, or you're going to continue down the road until you get to the gates, pretty much. So if there's anything you want to say or do,
Did you have a good nap?
The quest you went on must have been very quick, but does it involve? And I kind of pointedly look at the case. Part of the remains.
Yes, it does.
Right, whose remains?
The necromancer.
Oh, what did we bring that along for?
I was going to test that as well.
The priest of Moore wanted to get as much separation from the head of the body.
I thought it was pretty separated as it was.
He wanted many leagues between them, not just air.
it was in the wilderness mountains hidden away by priest long ago, but apparently his lordship had found it and brought it back together.
Well, let's not put that in a fire then.
I just gotta say, Easy 3000 says, "This is awesome."
You are awesome.
Thank you.
Watch us on
What are they on?
Facebook, not on Twitch.
Yeah.
Then I'm on TikTok. Is what I'm
Yeah.
looking at.
The cool view is on Facebook. Check it out if you get a chance.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Basically.
Yeah, it only takes a week to get started.
Gotta get you a hand cranker.
Pretty much. And then Victoria goes, "Well, yes, it is good. I want to give her the main temple here within the outdoor. They can take care of the head from there. But even when we came upon the tomb, he had seemed to be coming back to consciousness, even with the head separated. I did not know, but did you see his eyes move and his mouth twitch?
It did.
Right, we'll open it up and let's just split it in half.
That will do it no good. It will heal itself over time. That's what the father
Let it happen, take each half and go each direction, then you go even more split up, right?
Well, that is an interesting idea.
To do though.
Oh, that's fine. That's
Well,
fine.
it's pretty cool.
We'll take it in
the easy way.
We made it into a pie.
Separated bird. So don't eat this. It's collectible.
It's good quality.
That's
You don't want to mess with it.
That's real Nuckamonster right there, that is. It's like a level 4, right?
Tasty.
Tasty. Tastes like oil.
It's burning. It's wonderful.
Right like dead person. Will make sense, right?
Rotten corn. It's wonderful.
Nothing quite like chasing down a necromancer pie with a tasty beverage.
All right, everybody that's drinking, roll your toughnesses, please.
43. 24.
38 made it.
Is that the tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made it also.
Now, are you drinking the dwarf version or the regular version?
I'll drink the regular.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink the regular.
You know your toughness, but it just tell me if you got it or not.
I know
well,
that, so I'm not
no,
doing it.
You get a little buzz.
You've been offered. You would have been
If you
offered.
failed your toughness, did you guys fail at all? You all made it. Well, you continue the buzz.
Right.
So.
My balls don't hurt at all right now.
Oh, he finished out my balls.
Very stupid.
I'm going there. Give me an over.
Very stupid, wiggly, and bruised this Saturday. This stomach's horrid. They're like eating necromancer.
Necromancy.
Would you like a tasty beverage?
But you get up to the gates, and of course, there's guards at the gates. There's big giant doors, and so on and so forth. Up ahead of you two is Rilda with the Lord's son and the other merchant ladies. You know, his betrothed.
Betrothed.
Thank you. That English thing is so fun.
The trope. Bish Road.
Betrothed.
His beach shrubbery.
Betrothing.
He's been hoping.
Anyway,
Thanks for the likes, Jay Sneezy.
thank you. So anyway, you get to the gate, and there's a line, so you're kind of waiting. And roll your perceptions. Okay.
40 even out of 48.
No.
No. You like your buzz.
Can't wait to see the bottom of this.
It's on the far right. You wrote in
I'm
pencil.
looking for it.
Where's that?
But you're buzzing. Your mind says you to make.
Is it the vision
Oh,
based?
he's on buzzing? I don't.
Oh, yes.
Vision, then yes. You get plus 10 if you have excellent vision.
Yep, I made it even without that.
Okay. Now, everybody roll again. Perception.
Yes.
So the game is based on percentile, so you gotta get that number on your stat.
5.
Yes,
Huh?
yes, I did.
Yes.
Okay, made it.
You made it.
All right.
Made it.
First ones who made it, right near the gate, there is a guy. He's probably in his late 20s, very ragged, but he's wearing kind of rich clothes. But they're muddy and torn. He looks kind of withdrawn, like he's basically looking like he's even on meth and drugged out.
We have meth in Warhammer. We don't have that being, you know.
And he's got like his he has a nice beard that's kind of grown out where it's not so nice and kept as it used to be. It's got some mud and other stuff in it. And as he's looking, he's kind of scratching his face. And he seems to have he scratched it so much that it's kind of ripped some of the skin.
Sores.
Yeah. And he's kind of eyeing everybody coming up, and he like looks in their carts and steps back, and he just kind of jonesing. And he just looks in, and you see kind of, and when he gets too close, one of the guards at the gate says, "Get out of here!" And he'll stumble back, kind of around a corner, like one of the brick wall corners, and then he'll kind of head back, and then he'll look again, and he'll kind of eyeing everybody. Now, the second roll, if you made it,
Yes.
you notice a lot of people are looking at them too. And there's a lot of faces that are frowning. They're like
Which two? The elf and
the elves.
The elf and the elf.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot you were now. I always forget you were now.
Yeah.
So
Would they shit if they knew I was a dark elf? Like,
you need to have that wood chipper thing, where the Star Trek, or the rice picker, or
Don't have a
whatever.
sweat band around your ears.
yeah.
But they seem to be, and the majority, some of them are kind of like that. Elves are rare, so when they do see them, a lot of people are like, "Oh wow, it's an elf! Whoa, I thought I could get an autograph and I'll help my collection." And they're kind of awestruck. Some of them are like think they're evil spirits or stuff like that. But a lot of people are giving you the big stink eye. You too. Yeah.
I just give big smile.
Well, when you acknowledge, did you see them looking at you? They kind of look away and like, oh. But you do see this kind of like. And then when they drive by the cart, they look at the cart and the apples and point. They're like, it's true. You're like that. It's true. Oh my God. They all like run by and
Apparently, elves had stole all the apples of Eldorf.
Yeah, and then like one guy actually stops. He's got like a pack, and he sees that. He goes back up to the gate. He didn't do anything when he starts running back up the
Shoot
gate.
him! I'll throw an apple at him.
Did you? Okay.
Okay, so the difference between Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40k is the Warhammer 40k is the one you have
Is
to
the
do.
miniature
Yeah.
more?
Yeah.
And it's
No.
more Warhammer 40k is
Oh,
in the
no.
future. It's like
Space,
space marine.
computers.
Yes.
Because there,
Lords in space.
there actually is a Warhammer Fantasy tabletop fig game.
Right, yeah.
The same as Warhammer 40k.
Yeah.
And Mordheim was another one.
Mordenheim.
Mordheim was a
So
But
this is the
they
role
took the
playing game version.
and they made it into an
fantasy
actual
version,
role
not
playing
the-
thing instead of
the future
using just
version.
miniatures. And you can advance your
Instead
characters
of
and that stuff.
wargaming battles, it's you're playing your personal character. They eventually did the same thing with Warhammer 40k.
Rogue Trader.
Yeah, Rogue Trader, and then the Space Marine game where you create your character and do the same thing. But
Thanks
Warhammer,
on that, Jamie.
yeah, Warhammer 40k was the first one they kind of adapted to individual characters. But
Yeah.
it is in the fantasy world, not Warhammer 40k.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So
God, I'd love to have a
eventually,
bolter.
when he does that, he goes up, talks to the guard. Guard looks at you two. Looks at you two. He talks to the guy, and the other guy points to the back, and he goes back into the Procoleus inside. So by the time you get up there, about 6 more guards come out, along with a sergeant. And basically, they kind of come up, and just as you're coming up to them, like one like a guy with a mule, and they're looking through his bags, and you can roll your perception. If you have acute hearing, you can add 10.
Made it.
You have a cute earring.
I got a cute earring.
It's very nice. I like it.
Good
It's
quality.
It's good quality. If you made it, you hear him saying, "Are you sure you got no apples in here?" Or he throw a thing like that. He's like, "Oh, I ain't got no damn apples. What do you think I am, crazy?" All right, move along. He looks over. He's like, "Oh God!" And then right then, the other guards.
Me and do that.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Right then, about the 6 guards come up to you guys and your wagon, and they're like, "Sergeant's like, good day." He kind of like, "Master Wolves."
On you.
Don't think we're getting into you.
And it kind of looks like, and he's like, Wolf says, I'm a person.
Yes, you are.
Oh, we can sneak past these guys.
That's so good about you. It was incredible. I was small and intelligent they are.
That's fine.
These are animals.
And Greta's right kind of up in front of you guys. I'm Lord Shimpton's son. This is Grilda, along with my bodyguard, along with my fiance. These gentlemen and lady is with us as well. He kind of looks reward. Do you have anything sort of official of that mission? Of course I do. I'm about to tell you, or show you. My father is a lord. Well, it's not you, sir. It's the contents of your wagon. It's good ale.
He's right. Roy, did you see more ale? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've invented the party bus.
Yeah, if they say that, you notice the guards kind of surround you guys a little bit. And then the sergeant can't, one of the corporal is like, "That's a whole wagon of them, sir." And he holds the apple up.
Damn straight, a whole wagon of goons.
Yeah. Hold that one. He holds the apple up, that kind of, left out guy over in the corner. His eyes get huge, and he bolts at the wagon. And so he's going to run up to the wagon, pushes one of the guards out of the way, and he's going to try and get into the wagon. Basically, he's on your side, Brad.
You
You're
don't
on
even notice. I've been rolling 90s this whole time.
Well, you can roll your perception. You're still minus 10 because you're drinking, so.
Ooh, Ooh, I actually do see him.
Okay, well,
When you make a rush for the ale, that's when I see you.
he's reaching in, but he's not going for the other. He's going for an apples. And his eyes are like, oh. He's like foaming at the mouth. What do you do?
Fucking hit him with the tankard.
Improvised weapon.
You have street fighting.
No, I don't have street fighting.
It was minus 10.
Minus 10 or minus 20?
Oh, minus 20 because you're drunk.
Role player without street fighting?
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you swing and then you're like, oh, I'm about to spill a bit. Ooh. But he grabs like an apple. Now, if anybody wants to intervene, they can. Or not. But he grabs a couple apples and he's like, and he's like, like he'll eat into the apple and then take a bite and it's like nothing. And he reaches in for another one trying to grab it. But he takes a bite of it and like nothing happens. And he like grabs another one. And then that guard kind of grabs him. Now, you can hit him again if you want, Brad, but he's pulling him off when the one guard's pulling him away.
Does he have any apples or anything?
He's got one in his hand, yeah.
I'm not gonna touch him. So
Yeah,
I
he does look
can
like-
notice what he looked
Yeah,
like.
he's looked like he's all scabby and he's been picking at his face and everything.
I'm glad I didn't hit him.
Don't eat those
I'm
apples.
gonna scoot back a little bit.
He gets him and he like tosses him into the mud, then walks down. He's like, he's like one apple that he had in his hand rolls over. He goes over. I mean, right in the road apples, horse apples, like digs into it and bites right into it. The apple slides like horse crap all over it. And he bites into it. He's like, no. And they like one of the sergeant points at him and he goes and grabs him. I said, get him out of here. Lock him up. No, it's a whole wagon. And he's like reaching out and basically they haul him off back around the thing. He's like, good God.
I wasn't in particular, no.
What was wrong with him?
Well, he saw your damn apples.
What was wrong with the apples?
Hi, Aaron.
He looks at you and is like, well, I'd like to know about myself. He looks at you.
What's up with apples?
Well, that's what I'd like to know.
What's the problem?
Well, apparently your kid have made him addictive around here. From what I understand.
Was that a religious or a magic thing?
Well, you tell me. Are you admitting to something there, my lady? She is admitting to nothing.
I have been going out and about the countryside for some time, and I'm returning to my betrothed, the mage Farfelian.
Mage?
Yes, sir.
Human?
Elf.
I see.
Now,
He's part of the mage
Yes.
guild.
the wagon belongs to the dwarf, right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Breakhammer.
And he's the one that brought the apples and stuff.
No, that was Loretta, which is the old lady. She harvests the apples and then he makes cider out of it.
Okay.
So the apples are technically hers, the cider is his, but they can't work together.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
We had merely chanced upon the lady
He's like-
and the other dwarf here having difficulty in the road, having been caught.
Oh, I know difficulty. I had that over. Oh, I wanted him.
And
It's like this.
they were being attacked by bandits disguised as orcs, who were then in turn attacked by real orcs and a ogre with a goblin controlling him.
I saw that ogre. It was back there. They killed it.
We dispatched it all.
Actually, Mike,
Yes.
at this point, I'm gonna look over at the priestess.
Yeah, she's kind of sitting there, kind of like,
I'm kind of trying to back the horse up a little bit. Like,
okay. Beep, beep, beep. That's a bad thing. When they call the horses, they have a really good sound. They're Ocha Brew, so it's like a light.
And it actually comes out the ass.
Yeah.
Two little mirrors drop down, taking back up.
She goes, Sir, Sergeant, you must let us pass. We are on a urgent message for the Temple of Moor. I have papers here from the High Priest. This is very urgent. It's a thing of the entire Empire's security. I don't get paid enough for all this. All right, bring it inside. But they bring them apples inside. The Lord himself, the Emperor, has abandoned them inside the city of Altdorf.
Right. What about the Shire?
I'll give a crap about cider.
Let's bring this on.
In fact, I might have a bit of it if I confiscate something.
Apple user has joined us, boys.
Well, I'm sorry you can't join us in Ellsworth.
Yeah. Well, they pull you in like a little side area, and
Diapolis.
yeah, pretty much. And she's kind of she's kind of like, well, what about my apples? Oh, this is fall income. I mean, the harvested. What up? They said I won't have enough money for next year. So I say, I'm sorry, my lady, but there's nothing I can do about that. You'll have to return them back. Where did she came? What? Well, he's like, it's a small wagon, and I'd say they get delivered. I'm sorry, Master Wolf, but that comes from the Emperor himself. Or his officers, at least. Oh, I can't allow that to happen.
Well, I've never heard of banning apples from any place.
I'll have to have you talk to the captain. And right then, you see, like, basically, captain of the guard come down. He's more clean. He's got, like, some more ribbons and
Got no
stuff.
shit on him.
He comes in. Oh, yes. Yeah.
I punch him with the tape.
He comes down. He's like, "What is this? Oh my God! It's a whole cart of it. Why did you let him? I told you we're not ban anything to the gates. I know, sir. But you are going to direct next order. But sir, basically he's kind of remessing. It's just like, and then the Lord's son. He pipes up, and then she pipes up, and they all start conversating. And then the lady Bretra starts saying, "But what apples?" And he's like, "Oh." Finally, he just yells out, "Silence!" He kind of rubs his head. He's like, "All right, explain what's going on. We'll start with you. You said your lordship." He explains what happened right there, what happened back in the town. And all that. He's just kind of like, all right. And he kind of looks at the priestess, and she explains it. And she basically says, we have an artifact from this necromancer. It's right here, and he needs to be secured immediately. And he's like, all right, so let me get this straight. We have a lordship, and this town got overrun by him dead. The Lord is dead. You're here to come to confess everything that happened. And you have this necromancer here now, and to the church before it goes crazy. And you brought a bunch of apples into the house, the whole place. Your fiance is an elf. What was his name?
Farfinial.
Farfinial. He is a wizard.
Yes, he's a member of the Mage Guild.
All right. It's like, your lordship, if you will please take residence inside, we will take care of this meeting. I'll have a statement. I'll take you up to the commander. We can go forth from that. My lady, if you will please wait here for a moment. This wolf dinner. Are you all with her then?
Aye.
Right, occasionally.
Been traveling with her since we rescued them.
All right, very well.
Could you send the apples onto the temple? Suggestion.
Well, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, how much of these apples were? So the street value of these apples are incredible right now.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks, he's like, how much are you think? I was going to sell them and probably get about, 30 gold. It's like, all right, I will write you a letter of report from the Emperor's offices. You can have that turned in, and you'll be compensated for fair market price for your apples. You'll have to take this to the city hall at that time. Well, at least I'll make one. That's the best I can do. I cannot guarantee that. We will confiscate these apples and have them destroyed. I'm sorry. What about the ale? Your ale may go on as it is. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait to unload these apples. That's all right. I can finish this tanking.
Right,
we can help you.
How many times you said apples tonight?
Yes, I know. And he's like, are you injured, Wolf? I'm fine now. He's just the one that got hit in the balls.
Spits off.
Right, you need a healer. I ain't touching no humans touching me. You're taking me to the wolves again.
Can you still piss off?
And I gotta get these barrels to the halfling thief guy. Excuse me? Guy, butter britches. Right? All right. My lady, are you
Pregnant?
my lord? Will you vouch for this elf? Yes, of course. She's saved my life. As did all these fine warriors and champions. Very well. I will have to send her into your personal guard in charge of her. If there's any sort of mischief to her, you will be held accountable, along with this fellow here.
I'm behind you. Hold on, I'm hitting nuts.
Has something occurred since I was last in the city?
Bro, not that I particularly care about these elves, or this elf, but what is all this nonsense about? I've never heard of outlawing elves and apples and crap.
Well, apparently, it is not really my place to say, but oh well. Best Sigma, I'm going to say it anyway. So, apparently a lot of your kin have arrived in Knoll, settlement of some sort of bastardry, claim land there, and the Emperor has granted it. It's called the Justice League of Elves or something of that nature.
So far, so good. Well,
Still nothing wrong with me. What's it good?
guys, I see no problem.
You're wondering.
Well, apparently they are high elves. I do not know what that means.
The uppity crust.
They're basically your, you know, and what they're doing on this land, it's kind of like Lord of the Rings. They sail across the way of the ocean and never return. So the fact they're here is like, what? You're probably, because you're used to use wood elves and sea elves. That's about it. So, anyway, they have arrived there and they've torn the magical community into asunder, basically stating that most human magic is
Based, probably.
yes, and not worthy of study. One of the higher ups got into a bit of an argument with some of the higher ups of the wizardry class. Did not go well. Then there was these apples appeared on the streets here in Outthorpe. They're extremely addictive in that they are so delicious, so nutritious, that you can't have just one. If you ever
Are they from Asgard?
if you eat one of these, you're addicted for life, apparently. And
Well, is that not that I eat apples, but isn't that sort of a good thing?
when you start ripping people apart trying to get an apple, then it is kind of bad. People are killing each other over apples in the streets, not just road apples, just real apples.
Damn elves, I tell you.
Yes, and it is believed that
Now,
some elves are responsible for this. It is some sort of
so
magic recipe.
someone evidently says.
Well, it is your fiance that has gone missing. And
Missing.
yes, he has disappeared. And it is rumored that he is responsible for this.
How long is this?
He has been a few weeks, from what I understand. I'm not really too sure. You may want to speak with the college, but he has gone missing, and it appears that peoples have blamed him for this apple outrage. Whether that's true or not, it is obviously some magical narcotic of some sort that's affecting people. And given the elves' appearance to the south and the negative feeling of the city towards those elves and the insults that they were interpreted, now this apple business and people blaming the elves for the apples, well, you can understand there can be a bit of concern about your safeties here. And of course, your husband, along with 4 other elves, the Troves, have also gone missing. Most every elf that's come into town has disappeared, so that's why we also have been concerned about them doing it.
We must beat the hooves to the Mage Guild so I can get to the bottom of this.
Yes, even one of the emissaries to the Nullians has been disappeared.
The what?
One of these JLEs,
Oh.
one of the representatives disappeared when they came into town as well.
Yet my betrothed is also a noble.
So was this other person. This other elf that disappeared. And he was an ambassador, so we're not too sure what's going on. So you can understand how
Doesn't Ambassador Trump noble?
I appreciate your concern.
I don't know how these things work. Need something this way.
Did you understand it? I cannot
There we go, all backwards.
but I would like to make sure where we can get a hold of you and find you.
How many elves are on commission?
Not enough.
Either the Mage
What the
Guild,
difference between a not high elf?
my
How
betrothed
easy it is to hit him?
family,
Well, yeah, I ain't know, yeah.
What do you say?
or my betrothed's family.
Walk over and knock him in the shoulder. Is it easier than that?
Well, where are you
What is
planning
that
to
to
go?
theory? You still are.
It's like, well,
Directly to the Mage Guild.
No,
From
I'm
there
trying to
to
figure out if high elves are easier
my
to hit than normal.
betrothed's mother has her
You went too hard to hit.
manner,
You just all there.
whatever.
But if high elves are easier, what's going to be a piece of cake?
well, we can see about that.
Probably not.
Now, she has a place here with an outdoors.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I was not raised among my true kin. My true kin are probably the hardest to hit.
See? We're screwed.
Well, we need to get this
It does easier
to
than
the
normal, right?
priests as soon as possible. That would probably be our first stop. I'm sorry, but
Well.
that is something we'll have to do.
Actually, she can go.
I would advise her not going by herself.
Well,
I don't really want to. If you wish, you can stop there after the temple, or I can send a couple guards with you. Make sure you get there all right. In fact, I probably will if that's all right with you.
Shouldn't we all go?
Yeah, let's all go.
well. Actually, I'll go to the temple.
That's an
Yeah.
You can go with them.
All right.
Right, you want me to go with you?
and she do
I
not
just got
want
to
help.
deliver this. That's all.
All right.
I'm gonna look around.
Well, the priestess, she goes to it. And he says, like, well, it might be good if you would all give a statement to the priests. They probably want to know what all happened.
Right, well, I took this axe and wait, yeah, we did something to it.
You gave it 40
I
laps.
can't remember really.
Gave it 40 laps.
Around some of the travelers around us who are waiting in
You're
line.
you're off into this compound, but you can see out in the street. Roll your perception. Plus 20. Back to the vision, plus 30.
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah, there are people staring at you guys, like a group, and they're like a guard will come up and get up over, and they'll be like pointing at you two and the apples.
Okay.
So yeah, you do get a group. I was like, so many stops are like,
Not the contributions.
The hell is that thing?
oh. But they back up the. So they take the cart and they start unloading the apples.
You going home?
Yep, okay, you guys here.
I'll get
All right, bye, Boo. Thank you for honoring. Bye.
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 Next time.
Bye, sweetie. I'll see you home.
Bye, boo.
Be ready for race next week.
Yes. Hopefully, we'll have the cameras fixed.
Yeah.
So, pretty much they will unload the apples. Everything at roll your perceptions again while they're taking that.
Yeah. I'm looking around for like a scrap of cloth or
Yep.
anything.
There's some in the wagon.
Okay. Take kind of make sure hood, tie it around my ears.
Sorry, you do that.
Sort of like a turd cover my ears.
So, too bad you don't have a tailor handy.
Yeah, right. These guys come in handy.
I won't need to like that. Be proud of who you are. Bye, Boo.
Bye. Careful.
Yeah, you can do that pretty much.
Yeah, I'll kind of cover up my features a little bit.
She's like, oh, we've got a nice shawl if you want that. Nice little blue shawl.
That's how the blade doctor's outfit.
Yeah,
I can put my hair back to cover my ears.
All right, that's fine.
But then noticing the dandelion I'm gonna kind of start playing a little ditty just to
Even I'm like,
I'm moving back. Moving out of the way.
just to kind of calm any problems.
Come with you.
You can roll your fellowship.
Allow them going on.
Roll your fellowship.
Why are there so many qualms about apples? I want four-wheel cars.
even I walk away from the elf at that.
I don't know any help.
Yes,
What'd you roll?
48 out of 64.
64. Okay. Well, you play, and some people are kind of like, oh. And a couple people like this frown. It's starting, and the sergeant's like, stop that, no singing. I'm sorry, miss, no singing.
Do we have music teachers?
Don't call attention to yourself. Nothing to see here. Move along, down and out.
What are the apples you're looking for?
Well, they shoo them on. He's just like, they quickly get the apples off. You do notice, did you roll your perceptions earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you see once in a while a guy sticks an apple in his pocket.
A guard.
Yeah. What the street value of this apple is?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, they pile them all up as barrels and put them off to the side. Pretty much your wagon's empty except for that. She's like, well, I guess I'll just hang out with you until we figure out what's happening. At least I got my paper. Well, I guess I have to go to the court and turn this in. Yeah, all right. I gotta get to it. He's like, well, first we're going to the temple. And it's like, guard, he's like, this corporal, you know, he says like, all right, corporal, take 2 guards, escort them to the city where they need to go. And he kind of looks at the priest and says, we need more than that, whatever it is. No, it'll be fine. These are very capable people. All right. Thanks. Pretty much, he's like, well, this way, to the temple.
Are we all going to the temple then?
To get married. Yeah.
Get married.
Pretty much you walk through the streets and there's people moving around. Now you keep your hair down, you said, kind of covering your ears.
Yeah, just
And you put that on.
I
So,
put like the wrapper on my head.
I mean, you are very attractive, so it is kind of like you do get those looks like she's just too hot. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're too ugly. Dartell, like you're scary.
Yeah.
But you do get a lot of eyes and stuff, and then you know, oh, you got that pose that you don't want at all. He's pretty drunk now. But you make your way through the streets. Yeah, the corporal's up front moving away, and you do start hearing some chatter. Roll your perceptions. Acute hearing at 10. If you're drunk, minus 10.
7.
8.
8.
I missed that one.
Up ahead, there's like a large courtyard. You know, like a square. There's a statue of one of the emperors, and you know, he's kind of got the hammer out, and it's very beautiful thing. There's like a little marketplace kind of thing. And there's a guy up on top, and he's well dressed, but you would know he's probably an agitator. He kind of gets up there and promotes something or speaking to a crowd. And,
What I am.
yeah, and he's up there kind of yelling to a crowd. He's like, "Hey, what do you think? Huh? They're the ones who've come into our cities and changed these things. They're the ones corrupting the people with their magical apples and their song and their joyful."
Took my collar up.
But you can definitely tell, and you hear the crowd like he's really good. He's good at what he does,
Right.
and he's pretty much the crowd is like, "Oh, damn hell, fire, go to hell!" You know, see my snipe.
Wait, oh, so I got carried away.
So you come to the courtyard,
Let's get
I'm going down the other way.
Are you starting to play?
I am now.
All right, roll your
I got to smack you in the shoulder.
minus 30.
Yeah, 19 out of 34. so,
No.
Well, he yells the thing, and you're like, oh,
I can't.
I do kind of smack her on the shoulder.
Stop Let's get along.
The whole crowd turns and
Like
looks
the
at her.
little doggies on the prairie in the dawn.
And they all like pause and look, and it's like, you see, trying to seduce you with a song. Roar! And some of the people start moving toward you guys.
Write me a song about rivers. Write me a song about songs.
I'm basically going to punch you. And I am. I'm going to punch you right in the shoulder and be like, stop it.
And
We're going to get
looks
this
like
killed.
there's some people in the front that are kind of like nodding their heads a little bit. They're like, oh, like, so they're kind of getting bumped by people back. What are they doing? I'm at the apple cart. Yeah, roll it in. And just saying, like, one apple they missed bunks out of the cart and rolls off in the thing. Ah! The corporal's like, move, move, move. Everyone, you have ride skill or move cart.
Move cart.
Or do you
Drive
have
cart.
drive cart?
Where we're just riding in the cart.
Who's driving the cart?
Are we in the car? Or did we take? Is
Yeah,
the cart
you're in the
down
car.
the
You're in the
I thought what's her name was driving the car.
Yeah, she was. But the old lady.
Now
The old lady? Okay,
But now
she's driving the car.
now the guards are driving the car, right?
No, they were walking along. So
Okay.
everybody else make a ride skill roll.
Okay.
You don't have skill minus 20.
Well, what's that based on?
That would be your initiative. No, your intelligence. I'm sorry. If you have ride, it's plus 10. If you have the skill ride.
And if you're on the cart,
Plus 10.
No, you're
I
fine.
got it.
okay. Because I don't have a
Let's say I don't have a horse.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm on my horse. I wrote an 18 out of
I rolled a
Yep, you're
4.
fine.
63.
You're fine. Okay. You're fine.
I'm not.
Figure it out. Horse backs up and rears up a little bit. Whoa, whoa. Go ahead and roll your initiative.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, you kind of lose the reins and you're just at the mercy of the horse now. And it rears and starts riding off the way you came. So it kind of turns around and starts going back the way. She starts to move in the way in the direction the thing sees you moving, so the priestess turns around and goes after you. The old lady hits the horses and the mule. They just kind of look at the crowd and just stand there. She's like, no, please, please, please. Which way did you go? The guards are moving in front of you guys, trying to block the crowd, put their spears out. Dennis, where are you going?
I'm gonna try to head the cart towards the temple.
Okay, you're gonna try to grab the cart.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll your
From the
initiative.
horse.
Well, I can grab their rein thing and try
You're
to
trying to
pull.
grab the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you make it?
19 out of whatever.
Yep.
Yep.
So you grab the reins, that's fine, and then you can try and you have drive cart.
No,
You have animal. Handling?
I have ride.
Animal care by chance.
Yeah, animal care probably.
Animal carrier.
No.
You can make a ride skill minus
I do
10.
have ride horse.
Oh, you did?
do?
Well, then you're fine. Never mind.
I have animal care.
Would that have been this roll then?
No, you grab the rein, but
That's what I was trying to go for.
no, that just is to grab
Okay.
hold. This will be the actually.
15. Ride my
Ride
foot.
horse.
Your intelligence minus 10.
Intelligence
Oh.
and
Yeah,
no.
probably.
Okay. Well, you kind of grab it. The mule's kind of.
Thank you.
But you have a hold of it. You never mind then, and you made your ride skill roll then, correct? Wade?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're good. So where are you headed then? Cart's staying still. She started to head towards the temple.
I'm going towards the temple.
All right, you two start breaking off, heading towards the temple. You try to grab those reins. You guys are sitting back there on the court. Crowd is moving towards you, screaming and yelling.
I have
They're at
animal-
least 2 rounds away.
I have animal care. Can I climb up where she is, and do I know what would get them moving? Smack on the butt or
You can
something?
roll your intelligence.
I'll try it.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and set my character down and I pull out my battle axe.
Okay.
Made the intelligence.
All right. Well, you probably go like, yeah, there's like a whip there, and like whip it, you know.
Yeah.
So,
That'd be good.
That'd be good. I told you my favorite brand.
so you can grab it and just whip it, and she kind of hold it, so it moves as you kind of yanked it. You're trying to, it didn't, but when he whips it real good, and on it goes. It starts heading after them two. You are kind of the horror. You can roll your initiative plus 20 though.
My
Rob,
initiative?
Your your initiative, so you don't fall. You're on the card. You're on a horse.
No, I was on a cart.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 on ride, so.
Okay, you're fine. Then. So count that.
Even my balls are
All right, you guys are fine.
Good question.
Pretty much the guards are gonna get in front of everybody, and you're moving everything.
Very
So
gingerly.
you will get out of the area before the crowd goes up. Luckily, you sang at them, so some of the crowd was like, "Hey, she's pretty cool.
Give people a chance."
Yeah, I got her album, you know." So there's kind of like some people like, "Hey, hold on," you know, like, "Ah, you see," and pretty much the guards will stop them, but you guys will get away and get down the road. So
I am
you
on
have
my
the
horse,
guards
I
with you.
forgot.
Huh?
I am on my horse, I
Oh,
forgot.
then you're fine then. Pretty much you guys will head down toward the Moraine Temple. You will get there, and it is a huge shrine next to the cemetery. Pretty much you'll go on up, and she talks to one of the priests at the door. She dismounts, goes up, talks. He nods, points to like one of the side doors. And
Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and dismount and get the box off the back of the saddle.
oh, okay.
Points to the side door. Necromantic deliveries only.
Necromantic relics only. Drop box.
Well, she kind of pauses as you're doing that. She's
Ring bell
and
if
he's
he
like,
wants to drop off.
he kind of shrugs. He's like, well, all right, come on. She's like, she comes down and says, will you take the wagon around the back? And then come in, especially you, Master Dwarf. Oh, I'm fine. It needs you to trust me. Pretty much, you two go in. After you park the cart, you go in and they send you to a small room off to the side. Wait, you guys kind of wait. You're directed into the same waiting room. And as you're waiting, one of the priests tries to look at the dwarf and he kind of knocks him off.
Hey, let him do that.
You roll your leadership or your fellowship, depending on how you want to do it.
Leadership.
Okay.
48 out of 56.
All right. Well, that's good enough because he's drunk. So he's like, oh. Oh!
That's it. What are
So they take him away, kind of like
We
look
won't
at
tell
him.
anyone you cried.
Oh, no, I'm so happy. I'm an elder. Pretty soon you kind of wait, and you're brought into kind of one of the main rooms, kind of a library, and it's kind of the head priest. He's there with a couple other priests, and basically,
Dude, the head priest.
we got something right
hey, that's what I was looking for. All right. I got the collection. Pretty much he comes in, he has you guys sit, and he asks, would you like anything more to drink? Or something else? Maybe water? Point to your doors, but
Here's swimming water.
No, we're-
How about 2 pots of coffee to sober up?
but pretty much, I'll kind of collapse this, but since probably don't remember much of the module anyway, but he kind of asks you questions what happened. She kind of tells, and then you guys can take over. Just roll your fellowships. If you have storytelling or anything like that, you can add that to it.
33 out of.
Oh, yeah.
One of the woman, so that's probably your problem.
Oh, 5 out of 64.
Oh, Lord, okay.
Failed horribly.
And then did you make it?
47 out of 23. So
Oh, yeah, we killed him. Yeah.
65 out of 43. It was awesome.
It was awesome. You, Lex, poetic, a wonderful
53 out
tale.
of 27.
Yeah. And between her, a little bit from you, and then your awesome contributions, pretty much they piece together what had happened. You do learn that they had there was a monastery that was on the Wilderness Mountains, and they had sent the head there to be hidden far away, and they had not heard from them in some time. So they're hoping nothing nefarious happened there. Now the chief guard said that the captain of the guard that you helped free, he said that they did not go there. They went to a old dwarves vault, and that's where they found the head. So he never went there, but something about maybe the Lord had correspondence there. So they're going to send, basically, they went dark, this monastery. They don't know what happened. They haven't heard anything from them for a couple months. They're going to send somebody out there to see what happened and what went on. The man at arms didn't know where he found the information about where this head was, but he knew exactly where to go. And according to this lord, to this head priest, the only place that knew it was either here or that monastery. So they're fearful that maybe somebody broke in there and did something, got the information one way or the other. So hopefully nobody was killed, but they'll find out.
Okay.
They thank you greatly for your services for the Temple of War.
And here's an apple.
Here's an apple. Pretty much, you're all given tokens, if you wish one, of the Temple, the Priest of War. It basically shows that you are kind of like, not an initiate, but basically
A friend.
a friend. I'm trying to think of,
Well, is it like friends with benefits, though?
well, yes, it's kind of like, it would be kind of like, not like a cult, but it would be like part of their fraternity. Basically, you're part, if a Moor brother would see you and say like, oh, you've helped the church before, I see your emblem, or you basically have like it's basically a badge you'd wear on your shirt or cloak. I can't, what is that thing called?
A cloak
Sash, but it's the pin.
Pin sash.
Pin sash. So it's basically a Moorian pin sash, which basically means that you are a
Sash pin.
sash pin. Thank you. So you are basically a
Pancake.
pancake, and that you're a
Black jacket.
Black
Right.
I'm drawing a blank onto what would be considered not a knight, but basically
A friend.
yeah, a brother, or, patron, a brother in arms to the Temple of War. So let's say that. Okay.
I'll take one of those pendants.
Basically, you can use it to.
That way, if I'm tomb robbing, I'm like, no, I got a free pass. I got a free pass.
Pretty
I'm
much.
supposed to be here.
It's basically
Multi-pass.
saying that I'm a friend of the Temple of War, and it would help you get into things, or
Yeah.
if you need something done, it would basically open doors for you.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Occasionally, when you come to cemetery, you'll see a little slot, and you just kind of slide it in there, and the gates open.
It goes back out.
For a free meal at a Moor temple. Pancake breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, I love those minute things.
We're going to necromancer pie.
At 6 o'clock at night.
Fresh today.
Yes, dead daily.
Maybe that's 15 years ago.
And he offers if there's anything that the temple could do for you, of course.
Would you look at the balls?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, the truck flying out there.
My word, what happened there?
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
Yes.
My goodness. Okay, yes, we'll definitely.
Well, put this in your mouth. we'll get those inflated.
Oh, that's much better. Now the apples are safe.
They'll salve you the problem.
All right. You want to go and get healed?
Yes.
All of you guys?
Healing is a thing.
Yeah, what damage did we have?
Yeah.
Mentally,
You're at 0.
I had none.
You're at 0. Brad, you've taken 5. So do you want to be touched or not?
Yeah, I'll be touched.
All right. So you guys will all be healed.
Point to the little orphan doll where they got to.
Turning cough really hard.
They're looking over, and then they do heal you and give you some elixirs, and then like, don't ask where this came from.
Was that fishy?
Yeah, that's fishy. Yes, it's
Read
fishy.
some more with you. Like, don't mention where this came from or this whole thing ever.
And that was another thing. Thank you. And then you say, please, we would ask you to keep this to a
within the group.
yes, and Anna, please do not repeat that you had found this everything that had happened unless you asked by a member of the church.
Even then, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yes. And if you need to, we will speak on to your behalf in such a situation should it arise.
Works for
And
me.
given what has happened and the lordship, we will send emissaries to his son, who is probably talking to the thing, and speak for yourselves. Killing a lord is still a criminal offense, so there'll probably be some sort of hearing.
Wait, did we kill the Lord or did the necromancer kill the Lord? I thought the necromancer killed the Lord.
Necromancer killed the lord, but there were other lords there too that got killed.
Oh, right.
You didn't actually kill them though either, did you?
No, they got him.
Yeah, they got it. Something.
We just killed
But you were involved, so there'll still be questions. So the Temple Lord is going to speak on your behalf, which is helpful, which is good. They do ask about do you take your thing off or not, or were you there? Or
Probably not.
okay. Well, they kind of point that you're an elf, and then the kind of recap what has happened, and basically they tell you that apparently there's this addictive apple that is being produced within the city, and you eat one apple and you're just addicted for life, and you can't function without it. You'll kill people for an apple. And they're not sure who's doing it or what's going on, but several elves have disappeared. There's actually 8 elves have disappeared in the city. One of which is your
Somebody's trying to make a
fiance.
12-pack.
They're not sure more details on it, but they have been asked to look into it some.
They were all elves. That
All elves. One was a half elf.
How do you get a half elf?
Oh, so
He's got a
big axe.
they only have 7.5 elves then.
My
Your fiance was one of the first to go missing.
Then they got one whole human too.
So
So
they're not sure. Then you ask you, like, do you know of any magic you would use or anything like that that could have made some sort of like magic apple or an addictive apple? Or,
not that. That actually sounds more of an alchemy type of thing, personally to myself. But he was more into the conjuration part.
I see. Then you tell you too, there is quite a consternation with the college, and they understand that he was disbanded previously before him going missing, and also that
He was kicked out.
yes, and also soon after that is when the apples arrived, and he also went missing soon after that. So I'm not sure of the details of why he was disbanded, but this is some of the information they found, and of course they've had to deal with many of the people afflicted by this ailment. They said they do have someone here who recently died from this addiction. If you wish to look onto the body, you can if you wish. There seems to be some sort of trait that if they don't seem to get that, they just start going mentally mad, and basically this person just pretty much killed themselves.
I'm not mad. You're mad. I'm not mad. I'm a helicopter.
So is there more than one priest standing there, or is there another
Yeah,
one?
there's three priests.
I'll
They all walk into a bar.
I'll ask one of the other ones while this guy's
female.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the female. I need to find the Temple of Grimnir. If they happen to know where that is.
Yes. I can direct you right where it's at.
Okay.
So probably it's actually not too far from here. If you wish to go there, that'd be fine.
Okay.
I'm actually going to ask if I can look at that body.
Yes, and they're actually kind of hoping she might look at it to notice anything
Yes.
Eldritch make, or
Yes, I'm wanting to see this because it's all.
does anybody else want to look at the body?
No, I'm planning on going to Grimnir.
Okay. Well, you can all leave together. She said they're going to go if you want to leave as a group, or
We're leaving as a group.
yeah, if you wish. But they quickly take you down to the body, and it's basically an older woman, and she's all emaciated, and like her teeth are pulled back, and it looks like she hasn't been eating, and there's just this wild look in her eye, and like way off in the distance, this like pinpricks, and she's just kind of got like a bluish foam to her lips, And do you have any preferred poisons or anything like that?
No, I don't have anything for poisons, but I've been around a lot of dead bodies, so I want to see if there's anything unique about these.
Okay, you can roll your intelligence.
Okay.
I will give you plus.
I have 6 cents. Do I know she's dead?
Yeah, I have 6 things too. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you go down there and look at the body then?
I thought we all left together to go do something. Is this what we're doing? Or
No, we're going to see the body. They were staying there, but we're all going to go to the temple
You
together.
can come look at the
Unless
body.
you want to look at the body with
I'll
us.
go with the good body too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you know any prepared poisons or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you don't have anything like that, right?
No.
Okay. But you can roll your intelligence.
Too bad that
Minus 20, but just let me.
doesn't play anymore.
Right? She'd be the one.
Or half playing.
Oh, this is blah. Yeah.
Was my normal chance, or was it my
You got plus 10.
plus 10? Yeah, and I made it then.
Basically, you're looking at this body, she starved herself to death.
Okay.
And then she actually, like, dug into her skin, and she was eating her own flesh.
Oh,
And, you know, some of their skin has this bluish
10 to it.
tint is also in her skin. And you can kind of notice where she, and the priest will point that out, it's like, it looks like she was, and many of the other people who come here are devouring the blue spots that seem to be growing. We don't know if that's a mold or some sort of a this. Have you ever seen that within the elder community and so?
I am totally unfamiliar with this.
It's pretty horrific. So actually, roll your cools, but I'll give you plus 20. You don't have to roll at all, Brad.
I'm not there.
Yeah. Okay.
24. I'm in.
Maybe.
Okay.
It's pretty horrific. It's the older woman, but basically she just kind of looks insane. Starved herself in and started eating herself. And she does have this bluish tint to her eyes.
Like mine.
Right. Like teeth falling out and stuff like that. Whatever it is, it's like,
Unfortunate soul.
you know,
It sounds like a song.
started ripping out, and then the priest was it seems to be this blue. We don't know if it's a fungus or something else, but it is within the body as well. It destroyed the organs, everything else. It seems like the body just seems to rot away.
Are you burning the body?
We are after we examine them. It doesn't seem to be anyone's gotten anything from the body
rather
themselves.
horrible.
It seems like whatever they have consumed, it's turned them into this. And there's nothing from that. There's whatever is within their bodies.
Well, it's just the elven rot, is what this is. Yeah.
That's what we were wondering if it could be anything.
That is a little
Stuff is probably replace the cause of the addiction.
If you
need
would
a big
not
spoon.
mind, and she reaches in, you know, it's the female, she reaches in and she opens the body
Okay.
right there, so you can roll your cool. She's doing an autopsy there. Right there.
No, I did not.
Okay, you're like, oh no.
I did not make that one.
Yeah, you kind of look away, but she rips it open, and she opens it up. There's a smell of fermented apples. It fills the room. You can roll your intelligence again. But you look in there, her body, her organs look like rotted apple, like an apple. It's all mushed,
Yeah.
and they're just all destroyed.
No.
All right. Well, there's that smell of apple, and like the dead, and you're just like, okay, I'm not. So you have to leave. But she points to the organs. This is, as you can see here. She has gloves. But it seems like the same blue tint is in many of the organs. It's attacking all of them, and they seem to kind of look like bruised apples themselves. Like it's just deteriorated the entire being. But the brain we have
What's in the
seen
butt?
looks renewed.
They need to look for
But
a
it's
witch
very
with a girl and some
not
dwarves.
rotten.
We don't get the
Beyond
dwarves
that,
involved.
like,
in it. We've already got
Like it's been, the age has been reversed. And when we do open up that, there is a very strong smell of apple seed or something or another. And the blue tint you see here is all constant in the brain as well. I'm not sure what is going on and what it is, but we have detected some sort of magical enchantment upon it as well. This blue tint does seem to have residuals of that sort of business.
Elven rot. Apple rot.
So, well, it's unfortunate that you're confronted. If she does think of anything, or any of you, please let us know.
If we find anything, we will let you know.
It would be fearful for her safety. There will be people looking for her.
Well, take her guitar away.
I do have more.
My cold dead fingers.
Pretty much, they escort you back out, and they tell you directions to the door.
Oh, golf bag.
Close to 8:30.
Oh, we got time. Pretty much, you guys will onto the streets.
Question.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the temple with everybody.
Okay.
This is the Temple of Grimnir.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not taking elves to the Temple of fucking Grimnir.
Well, it'll be fine. That's fine, but
They can wait outside.
that's fine.
Oh, I was going to wait outside. I've traveled with dwarves. I'm not going in there.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
But I don't want to be on my own with her either because she
Yeah.
starts singing. With
Yeah.
Pretty much, you guys will go through there. Victoria, thanks you again profusely, all of you. She tries to get something out of you, of course.
That's killed in Mississippi at the moment.
But if there's anything she or the temple can do for you, don't hesitate to come back and
Not all of them.
ask for her personally. She'll be here for some time. So if there's anything you need,
I'll be here all next week.
pretty much you may make your way through. She does get a lot of looks.
Yeah.
You get looks once in a while, but it's just kind of like that. But a lot of people just get out of your way. So, but and in fact, your traveling doors also kind of like throws people off. Like maybe they've arrested her. You probably hear that too. Or take her to prison. No, actually, you won't take her.
Rise again.
Pretty much, you travel through the city. You get to the guild hall, and it's immense. It's beautiful, giant fortress itself. The carvings and everything else. I mean, it's just. Thing. You see a lot of doors coming and going, and the other merchants and other people coming and going out of the main doors. Pretty much its own little fortress, and you can go in, and then there's a place for your horses and stuff like that, and then it kind of goes into the main building. And it looks like you would know most of these things are all interconnected in one big structure or you run around. So pretty much you can go to the courtyard, and there's dwarves at the gate. They're like. We brought them here to be speaking in Dwarvish. We brought them here to be executed.
No, I'm not coming in anywhere near this temple.
Okay, when
I don't think you understand that. I'm not going anywhere near this temple with elves.
You're approaching the temple, then, so go ahead. We'll start from
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably some place away from here that you can go. All right.
I'm going to kind of look around. Is there anything that looks like it would be?
There's inns, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, there's restaurants.
There's a vendor selling elf ears.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's actually some dwarvish good stuff. You know, there's a place where there's some like smithy with some dwarvish armory and weaponry, and then there's
I'm looking for a bookstore.
a bookstore. You can probably ask around and find one.
Let's do that. That is a safe place where nobody ever fights in the bookstore.
So you two will go find a bookstore. So you guys start traveling away.
Yeah.
You guys can go on in. They take your horses, you know.
I don't have a horse, so they don't have to take it.
That's fine. Well, they do.
They give you a horse.
Where's your horse?
You ain't got a horse? There you go.
All right,
I don't want that back, but I'm leaving.
There you go. You're right in the gate. All right. There you go.
Everyone wants to keep taking my horse. I don't have one.
Pretty much you'll go inside at the grandeur. You've actually not seen one this beautiful in some time, but it's probably reminiscent. All the smells, very dwarvish. It just feels like home.
That's the privy.
That's the Troll Slayers department.
Their department.
Brad, you feel very comfortable. You roll your willpower.
Roll my willpower. Okay. 22.
Made it?
I guess. Where's my willpower at?
WP.
Yeah, I made it.
Hey, did you kind of go up to the, as you're coming up to the gate, and they're kind of, when he's saying you're about to get off your horse, there's some whisper in the back of your head. It's like,
Which god do I freaking follow?
but you just hear that whispering kind of in the back of your head.
Oh, I know why. Never mind. You kept that in mind because I forgot about it.
And
I respond. Well, what's it gonna do?
then what was that? What was that again?
Why? What's it gonna do?
You don't really hear anything from there, and it's this kind of like,
Is it more of a feeling than a sound, or
no, you hear a sound,
yeah?
but it's not a sound you're familiar with. It's like a different sound, and you can hear like, no. something just feels weird, and then it just goes away.
Hello?
And then you have no problem going through.
And the voice says, "Wait a minute, you're not Kelvin."
I'm not doing that again.
I'm in the wrong person.
One
I'm
time.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm actually going to pay attention to that.
It seems to go away once you kind of cross the
I
threshold.
don't though.
You don't?
Like, I'm stopping and I'm gonna let them advance in.
Yeah. And you just feel like something back behind you. It's just kind of like, excellent. It's just like,
I go.
you turn around,
Yeah.
roll your perception.
4. I got it.
Yeah, you made it for it. And you turn around, like across the street where you just came in the shadows, off the side of like, there's like that dwarfsmith's place, armory building. You see this figure for an instant, very tall, like about almost 7 foot. Got long arms, long fingernails. And it's got long, scraggly hair, but it's all black. It's like the shadow. You can see the shadow within the shadows. Mm-hmm. It's very black, and you just see like these blue eyes flash for a second, and then it disappears.
I turn around
Definitely
and go back in the tittle.
But you know that voice you heard was maybe from that.
Right.
It just, as soon as you look at it, you just glimpse it for a second. Like, okay, I did see that.
Yep.
That was a ghost or something.
Yeah.
So,
All good. Yeah.
and there's somebody just walked by, like,
Like broke the concentration type of thing, or
yeah, it was just like they just see like, whoop, 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 whoop.
right.
They got me in that pool.
Tackled by 6
Yeah,
guys.
I'll kind of like
Yeah. You go in and that feeling's completely gone once you go across the threshold. Brad, you feel really good. As soon as you kind of go up the main doors, this part of you just feels proud and strong and hard. And, yeah, hard. I mean, you're pitching tents. You're mining for gold.
I can hear that song. Gold, 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 gold.
And for all your interactions, you are plus 10.
Okay.
Actually, so you know.
Diggy hole.
Yeah. And as you walk across the way, there's some doors just like, oh, watch the roll. They just seem to be more friendly toward you for some reason. They're like, oh, like that. And you too, you know, but it just seems instantly people are all friendly toward you.
Okay.
Which is a little odd, but still. You come by, they're like, oh, you piece of crap.
You owe me money.
I'm gonna go and see you back here again.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Where do you guys go? You kind of go up to the main, entrance area, and there's like doors up there, scribes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm not very familiar with it actually, but yeah, we need to probably talk to the head priest or something.
Right.
So-
And then you were going to talk to the Book of Grudges about, what's his name?
Oh.
Killer 2.
The dwarf
Yes.
guy.
Oh, that eventually fought with honor.
Yeah,
With honor.
Bloodbeard.
because was he in the Book of Grudges?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll need to do that, and then I need to talk to someone about, because I need to progress in my career.
And pretty much the Book of Grudges will be right there to talk to the scribes there.
Okay, we'll start there, I guess.
You know, good afternoon, different wolves, or warrior wolves. Oh, hi, nice to see you.
Roll. Name's Grim.
Oh, Grim. Nice to meet you, Mr. Grim. You were your old friends.
Oh,
Catherine Hawkinson.
That's a good, strong, bullish name.
Gruff cake thumper.
Oh, Cascouple. Oh, I knew Cascouple.
Hey,
You're a good fella.
how indeed.
Hey, he owed me money.
It's all right. It's all right. You're with him, it's all right. How am I to help you today? Well, then you help me. Oh, pitch off. Helping him.
all right, we'll calm down. I was like, I just need to make some corrections in the Book of Grudges about a dwarf by the name of Redbeard.
Couple doors like, oh. Oh, yeah.
Roll. Well,
Saw him.
huh?
Saw him.
Yep, I saw him. Saw him and talked to him.
Talk to him.
Right, I talked to
What
him.
he needs to be taken care of.
Right, well, he's dead.
Oh, you took care of it. Good job.
Well, no, I didn't actually
Let's
take
see,
care-
that would be 200 coin.
Hold on. Well, I didn't actually kill him. I convinced him into fighting the undead so he could die like a troll slayer.
Oh,
Because the town was being attacked. It was around the humans, I understand. But well, there were some dwarves there, so in a way he was protecting humans and dwarves. So he sort of redeemed his own, well, to a certain degree, I suppose. But he died the right way of a troll slayer. I just wanted to make that remark down and.
well, would you mind recounting this to the head scribe?
Right, sure, yeah, you can just tell him the same thing I just told you.
Well, it'll be more official that way.
All right, I suppose.
All right, sorry, there'll be free drinks. Come on.
All right, I suppose.
What about me? Well, you'll just sit there and wait till I get back.
Probably be drunk when you.
Right, it won't take too long. It's only 3 drinks.
Yeah, that's like 43.
That's the start of the day.
Yeah.
That's like breakfast. That's like
Well,
breakfast.
it's a short tale. He takes you back and then he kind of waits. You know, oh, yeah, a moment. Pretty much he goes into a large room where there's other scribes up on the main houses. There's that. And you can see the Book of Grudges is up there on the podium. Mm-hmm. And one thing he's in there writing into it.
Well, can you add one name in there? It's an elf that sings a lot.
We've got an old shepherd for them. Pretty much he goes up, talks to him. He comes up, you know. This is Master Iron Fist. I say, welcome. Oh. Well met.
Well, that's you.
Well, I know you or something.
Or maybe, possibly, you might know my mother.
Who's she?
All right. Well, yeah, I don't have a name right now.
Oh, that's right. Don't sound familiar, though. Yes. I don't quite remember them all either. We'll just say we're not related and we'll make it safe and easy that way.
I just called her mom.
Mom, I got my mom too. We got that in common as well.
We might be related then.
We might be.
Maybe mom too.
Yeah.
Bobbi damn.
Never thought anybody asked me about that.
Just one big mother that made other dwarves.
Oh, this water does come from the mother.
Oh, that's the mother. That's right. Just popping it out like little kids.
And you were supposed to drop. I'm sorry about this too. I forgot to remind you. The brandy ale was supposed to come here. The actual dwarf ale.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right.
yeah.
So we've been with us then. Yeah.
But yeah, he feels better, but he's there with you guys, and I forgot about that. So
That's okay. We'll throw him in right now.
yep. And he's like, yes. And he kind of looks over at Richard Breakhammer. You were able to get some of your brandy in through town? Yes, sir. Yes, I was, considering the craziness this damn elves do. Well, yes. Well, I'm glad they didn't keep you at the gate. I'll have to make sure you have some provisions to allow that if there's any future business. Well, we were attacked by Ogre. We all fought him.
Boy.
Oh, an Ogre. Hotel. And they all drink. And that's some of the scribes stop scribing, and you guys can go roll your fellowship. If you want to join in, you can, or make something up. Or
24.
Oh, some
I'm in.
orcs and goblin in mine.
yeah. Well, you do good enough.
We're in bonus.
They bring some food in and eat that.
I'll tell him. I'll show him the dented cod piece.
Rotten enough about your balls.
Landed me in a cargo apple. That was terrible.
I was going to say, you're too bold dwarf. I don't know. We're going to make a name for you. I can't think of one.
No notes.
No notes.
It was horrible.
Oh, it's too bad.
Hey.
Well, you want to put that? We can take him out of the book.
Yeah, we tell them the whole story.
Yeah, and then also about what happened at the mines, because there was a dwarf there who said he had claim to the mine as well. If I remember him.
Yep.
So they're going to look into that and see about his claim. And he said they thought there was somebody that's owned those mines before the Lord started throwing all the bodies in there. But they didn't really have living proof of someone, so that's going to be helpful. So that. Then it gets down to your Book of Grudges, and you tell him the story about him and everything else. And he's like, well, how do you feel? Do you think he should be renewed his honor or not?
Well, as far as the troll slave part go, or this. But as far as the rest, well, he's still a piece of shit dwarf.
That's true. I'll make amends in the book for that. You can speak with the head priest and see what he says. As far as we're concerned, I guess he died honorably, but we're still a piece of shit.
Right.
And we'll put that in triplicate. All right.
Pure.
Well, thanks a lot. I mean, you guys had a great thing for us and everything else. And then he kind of goes, Brother Emma, I think your cousin's in here if you want to stick around. And he's over at such and such. He's like, oh, well, thank you, gentlemen. You know, shakes all your hands and appreciate everything you did for me. So, and he'll excuse himself and he's like, now you wanted to go to the temple? You know, conversation earlier.
Roll. No, was there something different that you were here for?
Yes.
Okay. So, right, well, we've got two different things, I'll imagine.
Well, I'm different, yeah. He was the one who met you at the desk. He'll take you over to the temple and speak well for you from the model of the Lord Masters. Count? Yes, sir, I'll be happy to. We've got some bona fide heroes today. Well, that's right. Well, anything the guild can do for you, just let us know.
Right, yeah, oh, sure thing.
Now, and then he goes and tells you about the elves in town. They're corrupting the people, and they're making magic apples, and they're poisoning the people, so watch out for the elves. And you had one with you. They're probably already murdered now that you walked away. So, which is a good thing, but, you know, just be careful. There are people out looking for them and everything else.
Well, I don't know any elves, so, oh boy.
Yeah, that's good. So the ones you talked about in the story died.
So you didn't mention them.
They were just tall, but
They were just tall people.
They pointy like ears.
But if you have any questions about that, you could ask them or anything else.
Okay.
If there was anything else you wanted to ask, pretty much the guild. So
No, I want to go and basically.
they escort you over to the temples, and Carter does have a temple here. And the one priest, he's this old priest, and he comes out, and you can tell he's got a stub for an arm, and
Who's?
huh? Your stub.
Oh, God. That's what happened to everything.
But he has like a gauntlet for like a hammer on his side, so you just reach in and has it. And he has, let's see, what is it? Troll Slayer and the Giant Slayer, right?
No, it's Troll Slayer. Yeah, Troll Slayer, Giant Slayer.
Giant Slayer. And he went into priesthood. So basically, you go into priesthood from this. You're doing the priesthood while you're.
What are you talking about, Mike?
No.
I'm not a priest.
The higher
No, I'm talking about the priests. How do they do it?
No, they're just the priests of Grimnir have to have a military career before
That's
they.
why I was considering.
Not necessarily Troll Slayer specifically.
Okay.
Mike was recruiting me into the mission.
Yeah,
I'm like, I want to be a priest.
But you do see that that dwarf come out, and he eyes both of you guys, looks at you, kind of grunts. Then he looks at you again, and he's like, "Something about you, I don't call it."
Roll me.
Yeah,
Roll. Well, there's something about you I don't like.
good, it's great.
Right. Can you tell me what you don't like about me?
Something that smells off.
Roll. You don't like cider.
No, it ain't that. Something else.
Roll. Well, I haven't washed in a few days.
You might want to do that. You're all right. You seem all right. You know, keep my good eye on you since I only have one.
Roll. Well, don't lose the other one.
Oh, remember that. He walks on by.
He's okay. He's not the guy we're supposed to meet.
No, you can just leave in the temple.
Right.
Yeah.
Roll. Who the hell was that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was
Riff-raff.
that was a Giant Slayer.
Oh, right. Yeah.
His name is Deathhead.
Deadhead?
Deathhead.
Deadhead.
Yes.
Right. Who's missing an arm, right?
Right, so he's Foghead. I don't know. He doesn't let anybody that's more powerful than him himself.
Right. Well, he's doing a good job of it, missing his arm and his
Well,
eye.
we even tried to take on Dwarfian, sorry.
Oh, Dwinbar?
Yeah. He even tried to take on Dwinbar to fight.
Right. Dwinbar. You mean Dieter Dunbar?
Yeah. Help save Empire.
Well, what other Dwinball would there be?
Well, I don't know. Could be his cousin or something. Like,
Does he have a cousin?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, why are we talking about his cousin then?
I don't know. Could be a cousin.
Bro, whatever. So he took on Dwinball.
Well, he lost.
Bro, why was he taking on another dwarf? You're supposed to take on monsters.
Well, he's got a little hit in the head a bit. That's why the eyes milky and the brain don't work all right. But he usually can sniff out somebody who's more powerful than him, and he wants to, bravado sort of thing.
Bro, well, should be looking for his own death and at the maws of a dragon or
Well, he
something.
must be if he's looking for dwarves that are more powerful than him to fight.
Wow, that is a good point.
Well, I think there's some sort of bad history there, or like his family was betrayed by a couple of dwarves or something or another. So I think he just, I don't know, you know, these trolls, like these slayers are kind of crazy in their brain, you know, sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right, yeah, I suppose that.
Oh, you, of course, you're all right in the brain, but most of them are
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, let's go inside. Luckily, he didn't fight you here. That would probably be bad for him. Pretty much go to the temple. It's basically your standard temple look, and you see the priest. He's kind of like cleaning up like some mess off the floor and picking it back up from section. Like somebody went in there and tossed something around, and he kind of pick it back up, and he sees you kind of come in, and he kind of looks again, nods, and he looks at you, and he just kind of
It's everywhere.
he kind of puts the bowl, like he has the bowl, and he like is like staring at you, puts the bowl on the table, but he misses the table, so it just completely falls back down. You're like, whoa, whoosh.
That was only a 20th century.
It cracks, busts into pieces.
That was a relic from 2,000 years ago.
You know, remember himself well up. You pitched in that bowl, and where's the hat? He kind of comes over and says, afternoon, little wolves.
Afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Bryce.
Who are you?
Bro, my name is Grim.
Rick.
I'm gruff.
Rick Ruffin. What?
Tazrin.
Catherine.
Hawkinson from Norska.
Well met. Well, if you're done, I have to get back to my station. Oh, yes. He kind of, that's right, leaves. He's like, just give me a moment, and he kind of picks up the rest of the stuff he will drop and puts back up. Now, how may I help you?
Well, you want to go first, or?
I wish to petition as an initiate.
Petition it.
Hey, so, can I ask you some questions? And like, with your father so-and-so and something else,
Yeah.
and which he knows.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, I've had a vision of you. That you might be coming here, saying we'd have an initiate, someone who wanted to enter the church, and I should bring them in.
He wants to wear white teddies.
Yes. And that you're pretty easy on a date. So listen, you're pretty
No, not a choir boy. Not a choir boy.
Sorry. I thought you were saying a little battle axe in the battle there for a minute, you know. Give yourself a good blessing. Yeah, well, figured that in. No, I'm feeling that was spirit of himself said someone would come here and I should bring them into the church. So that must be you. Well met. You in a great battle recently? With the dead?
It was decent.
That would be what I speak of. Well, you are welcome then. You wish to become an initiate?
Yes.
Then there will be much conversation and things that we will not go into detail here.
Yes.
But we will begin your career path. If you wish to spend 100 experience points and begin your initiate class, you'll start that immediately.
Oh, it's suddenly like a video role playing game.
Well, did you see the yellow question mark above my head? And there's like the scroll of work appears on the wall, like the rooms. It says, "Do you accept this?"
And actually, he'll say, well, he'll have you come back later. You can go ahead and spend the 100 and start the initiate class.
Yeah.
But he'll have you answer a bunch of questions, and so he'll have to sit and talk for a bit. And but he'll have you come back later and be giving your actual class after the adventure. So they have a conversation. Are you guys doing anything? There is free drink here, of course. So.
On drinking.
Yeah.
Well, if they're gonna be, if he's gonna be talking for a while, I'm probably gonna go to, because I need a career progression to Giant Slayer.
Okay.
Because I've maxed out.
There are priests here. So.
Okay. So just do the same thing then, just spend my points, or you got something different?
I got something else.
Okay.
So, Rob, what are you doing? Just hanging out pretty much? I mean, there's Smithers
there's no
and
really
Ford.
career paths I'm interested in looking at the moment, so I'll just hang out.
Are you even maxed your current one out yet, or?
No, I'm close out. I'm just hanging out.
If there's any skills you want to start learning or looking into stuff, plus they have stuff here if you're looking for armor, weapons, anything like that.
Yeah.
If you want to go shopping, you can go do that.
We'll do that later.
Okay. I'm just saying while they're doing the conversation
Yeah,
afterwards.
I'll shop. Drink, shop.
It's funny because every shop's got a drink station.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much part of the thing. Why are you drinking? Like holy water. Oh,
Holy whiskey.
holy whiskey. Holy whiskey. Yes. Well, he continues to talk to you quite a bit, and then one of the other priests kind of comes over and says, I hope you are no father is busy.
All right. Well, I had a couple of things. One, I wanted to check out my progression for Giant Slayer.
There's usually you have to tell when you were fought and all that is coming on.
Right, well, I fought a ditch. I died, came back, and then killed him. And then I fought an ogre, and then I fought a demon. Oh, actually, I haven't killed any trolls, but I haven't found any yet.
Well, that sounds pretty much like a pretty good application. If you go into a bit more detail, then I kind of did that, or if somebody can back you up, which is you.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Right behind us.
yeah, go there, and there's another dwarf who's getting checked out for being an initiate or something like that.
Oh, I see that.
Getting chucked under the robes. You know what I mean?
Go ahead and roll your fellowships.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to get kicked out.
23, I'm good.
You get plus 10. Over again.
Yeah. Oh, holy
Wow. right when you need it.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually told the story a little bit more player this time. Well, I really hit him on. He's like, oh, all right, cool.
being destined. We talk dwarvish.
Yeah. He kind of bosses like, now you don't tell him about the other draw that happened in the relic or any of that stuff, right?
No, oh well, not yet. No, I guess. I don't even know what. Yeah, because we didn't fight a monster in there.
No.
So no, I don't really mention that because we were fighting dwarves and elves and stuff.
Yeah, they were fighting each other.
We were
trying
just kind of interceding. Yeah, so that's not part of the job as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he asked you about, this and that. You talk about the literature. He's like, well, I've heard about that haunting up to the that's good. That's been taken care of.
Right, we just brought the head off. We split the head off. Yeah,
that's a necromancer. But they were talking about the wraith. You killed the wraith at Husband.
Oh, right. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that's good. I heard about that one. I haven't heard about the necromancer. That's good too, though. Oh, that's definitely 3 points. And then you said you got it over on the way into town?
Oh, right, yeah, just pick that one up.
Oh, that's 6 points. That's your last points. That's 10. Congratulations.
Just wait a minute. Did you use the turn signal when you killed him? All right, you bet your 10.
See with the punch card.
There's a scribe. Bingo.
What are you more qualified to go up to the next level?
You got a little card with pictures of the monster. Yeah, that's it. That's fine. Oh, look, we got to stay my cross.
You got your little booklet with your.
Yeah.
Oh, if I get the goblin and I'll have the whole collection. All right. He's like, well, I think, yes, well, there's a ceremony which we must perform in order to advance. It's prayers and such. If you will return, we'll prepare that for you.
Right.
And then you can advance to that point. I'll prepare everything for you, but you're more than ready to continue. You can spend 100 experience points to begin your next career class. But we'll do the actual ceremony. And
Right, me right down out and check out to you.
yes, please. Zing. Yes, of course, if you want to give a donation to the church, it'd always be great.
So take the nice.
And of course, you want to make donations to the church, I'll be ready. I just moved this priceless heirloom on the floor, so spit. Sorry. But yes, so they can do that. Brad, you do have roll your willpower while you're in here.
Yeah, I made it.
Okay. You really feel at peace, good at this point. It's probably one of the better times you felt sometimes. You've always had your depression and stuff like that, wanting to die, but where you're here, you really feel.
What do you mean depression?
Well, that you haven't died yet.
Advance.
Oh, okay. I haven't died yet.
And you come back. I mean, it's so,
You're getting a mental
That's
break.
usually why
Yeah.
we leave
The marks
on
on
the marks in pen, so you know how many you've taken.
yeah.
And then when you take an advancement, you just feel like he's got one more for weapon skill.
Yeah.
And one more there, but he's already taken his 2 here. So if his next career is plus
Check your phone,
3,
Mike.
I can take one more, but if it's plus
your
2,
phone.
it's not going to do me any good.
Yeah.
I heard it vibrating.
Yeah.
I actually only have
That was
2
something else.
things on this advanced scheme that I can even take.
All I need
Because
is
I already have
Nice.
1 here, 1. Had 2 on that one.
Yeah.
So
And like I said, that you got your marks up here.
roll percentile.
My marks.
Your
at the
dex.
advanced scheme. But as long as you got a mark, you only have 2 more advancements then.
6.
And
plus the skills,
24.
Right.
which I already have.
However many you want to grab.
Right. So once you spend those points and get all that,
Yeah.
you can
Write 'em
advance to
down.
another career. You can, I think, advance to like change
Maybe a naughty door.
before you have the advancements, but I think there might be you have to pay a little bit more.
Well, in order to go to cleric, though, I have to finish the
Yeah, you gotta
initiative.
get all your skills
Yeah.
and stuff.
And you don't have to do all that. You can go ahead and spend 100 and we'll say you're starting that. And once you actually finish it, the initiate beginnings, then you can spend points in advance in that.
Yeah.
Take your advancements.
Well, I actually have enough points to cover everything that I need to do.
Oh, okay. So after
So
the
then,
adventure.
then all I need to do is get the experience to go to cleric.
Okay. All right. You go to well, you already know what you're doing. We have to do that. Oh, all right. Well, okay. Well, Phil, well, this won't take long. It's on here. And let's check you out. Ooh. All right, you. All right. Pretty much that concludes your, advancement party. So,
More help.
pretty much they tell you to come back like in a couple days and they'll do a ceremony and everything else, kind of for both of you almost. And then you can take your full advancement and head down the path of happiness. So,
So the last thing is, should we talk about the thing I'm carrying? I can't remember if we ever discussed what we should.
you haven't discussed it with anybody.
Yeah.
They've seen things, but you've never discussed with anyone.
Okay. Well, I'll probably go. Right, there's one more thing I'll go talk to you about.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's supposed to be long.
Right, yeah, no, I want this,
Roll your willpower, please.
who, me?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Minus 20.
You might not be talking about it.
Minus 20.
Or might be talking about everything.
First rule, Fight Club.
Ooh,
Don't discuss
missed
Fight
it by 2.
Club.
This is by 2. Go ahead and talk, and then I'll edit you.
Oh, you're being redacted.
Oh, and I told you about that you killed me, and then I came back to life, and then I killed
Yeah, no, that was kind of sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I am too, sad. Oh, and it's all because of this stupid thing. What?
You just can't like stupid thing.
Bro, it's all because of this stupid little thing that I'm got on my backpack.
So he said it all.
Do I actually hear myself saying that?
Well, you hear yourself saying that, but then you also hear yourself go. So you hear him go. Oh, sorry.
Like
Yep, you're a troll slayer.
You're in the dungeon. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
No, not really.
Well, I haven't said anything yet. That's what I'm afraid of.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well,
You
you
said it.
understand that?
Yes, I understand completely. You have not said anything yet.
Right, so I got this token.
Right.
Right.
I see it with the priest of all right there on the thing. You must have helped him out.
Oh, I didn't actually put that on there yet, but surely I'll say I'll have it on there.
I sense it.
All right. Your bum.
Yep.
Well,
Part of the adventure party.
I've got something else. It's sort of an order.
It's sort of a thing, all right.
You definitely check the crazy box on your dungeon layer application. We'll just underline that 3 times and mark it red.
What'd you say?
Right, no, I have a helmet, but I don't have a hat. Oh. I'm putting an artifact in. So you're somebody smaller than you that I can talk to.
Smaller than me. I can get off this stool and kneel if you like.
What? What's that have to do with anything?
I'm taller than you. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Well, he's about wrapping up with the head priest to go and talk to him.
Bro, is he telling me you're gonna talk to him?
Well,
Oh, that priest. Okay, I thought you meant cat.
He's out of head priest.
I talk to him every day.
Well, he's out of head priest. He did really well in his interview. Yeah, look over that chainmail and see what you find.
Well, actually, I just stopped and I pull out my backpack.
Okay.
And I reach in.
You can't find it. You're just mumbling around in there and you can't find it anywhere.
Well, I fucking dump everything out of the fire then.
You see him pick the bag, and he just shakes the bag with that opening. I won't come out.
I want all my shit fall out.
No, because he didn't unwrap it. Nothing. You were like shaking it, and nothing comes out. We didn't unlatch it.
Oh.
I wonder what that old bit.
Your gun comes over and goes, click. There you go.
All this stuff falls out with it.
Can you understand what I'm talking about?
How is the oil?
So you shake everything out, and nothing else comes out. The thing doesn't come out.
After he hadn't done it.
Yeah, it all plumps out on the floor, all in the temple, all over the place. A couple things, your toiletries, your pants.
What the hell is that?
It's not here anymore.
What is it?
It.
Well, it.
Roll the old. But he knows. But he knows about it though, right?
We've seen it glow, but you don't know what it is.
You haven't shown it to me.
No, that's true. I never did show
Yeah, he just saw his backpack glowed and his eyes glowed.
Where the fuck did he go?
He just went to the bathroom.
You went to the bathroom.
All right, I fucking put everything back in the backpack. Earl, what the hell? They don't have anything else to say here now.
All right, that's fine. All right.
No, since his eyes turned green.
Well, that's... You like some green? You didn't eat any old apples, did he?
Gruff would be that stupid though. Oh, his eyes turned green once. I was wrong with him.
You didn't eat any apples, I hope.
No, any apples.
All right. Well, we definitely got another extra 5 points on his advancement, so he's pretty
Don't
good.
eat apples or cutting apples?
No, that he's kind of crazy. So,
Well, yeah. Well, let me tell you why he might be a little bit crazy then. We burned a horn that released a demon into the world.
excuse me, why are you burning horns? What kind of horn?
No horn.
What? You said you burned a horn and released a demon.
Well, they burnt the horn.
Oh, but you killed a demon, you said.
Well, we didn't get a chance to kill that one.
All right, so you released a demon in the world by burning a horn. Some kind of horn.
Well, we don't know if it was a demon or not. It was just sort of the
Well, I
face.
explained the artifact to him what it was.
Yeah, the priest kind of comes over and he's just like,
I said, and we thought it best to destroy it with fire, but when it did, it released something. It released something.
well, I rolled a 6. That's pretty good.
And here's the problem. I think you followed me.
What?
Well, I was going to tell you about it, but you guys are so advanced in the opportunities. Something in the alleyway got my attention. What came in?
Right, like a cute dwarf? What?
No, like a big black shadowy thing with blue eyes.
What?
Blue eyes. Sounds like some sort of race or something.
I am.
What? Well, you should have said then when you saw it.
Disappeared.
You're right ahead of me.
Well, I've heard tales that sometimes they have taken the soul of a cultured person, human, and used their skin and wrapped it into a horn of summoning of sorts.
This thing was right tall. It was like pure black. Looked like he's.
Well, the blue sound more like some sort of. Well, Wraith has red eyes, which you're familiar with, but most of them had this blue is a bit different.
He was talking to me in my head. Told me not to go in there.
Maybe he was more of a democratic race.
Well, it might be. He might be a little more liberal to your liking. You know, kind of take kind of a pro-life. You probably don't like him.
Chad answers it. Have it!
Yeah.
So storming like nuts here. May have to drop a few times.
Who was that?
Erin's having a connection problem. She's up in Michigan.
Oh. He's like, well, it does sound like some sort of wraith or ghost or some spirit. Could have been when you burned the horn and released it. You're not going to the plane of the dead. You could be still walking about.
Don't follow on me. It seems like.
Do you have that pen out of more or not?
I don't know. Probably not if I came in here.
Okay. He's like, well, I'll give you a blessed item to put upon you. Should keep it at bay if it comes near you.
I'll make a donation.
Are you a follower? Say yes, and we'll go forward.
Yep.
You don't have the ball. You all follow. All right, here you go. Here's a nice little thing. He says a prayer over it, and then he hands it to you. Well, that upon you, and it should keep you.
I will transfix it right on. What is it? A pen too, or?
It's that holy symbol of. There, so.
Okay.
It could be haunting you or something for a bit since you released it. Could just be new to the world and not know. It may lose interest in you, but I would use some sort of magical item or iron. I understand you fought a wraith before. I would use something of that nature to kill it if it does seem to come after you.
One shield, one sword. I sold a short sword for that.
All right.
Well, you should be safe. Maybe it's just. Well, if something happens, return here and we can look into it further. Possibly blue eyes, it does seem interesting.
Glowing blue eyes.
Roy, is there someone we can go to talk to, someone else we might be able to talk to that might know? The skull or something like that?
Mages, maybe, or something like that.
Well, that's wizardry.
Necromancy.
Wizards might know stuff. Necromancy is frowned upon. But I'm sure you can probably find one if you go to certain parts
I
of
know
the city.
right what is one.
Well, you probably did say that. Probably go to me immediately. That could be an ignorant point for you. You go and get one. And you go get one shit. You got stock and stuff. When you keep boy. Oh, hello. I'm the necromancer. That's like the 8th one we've had this week. We can't get a question out. All right. Pretty much you wrap up that there. So
Okay. Yeah, I'll make a donation too, even though they don't deserve it for not understanding me, but
I do as well.
I give them 20 gold.
okay.
I give him 21 gold.
Oh wow!
So I'll give him 100.
Whoa!
I give him 101 more.
They immediately engrave your name on a brick and put it on the side.
Technically, you gave them 1 gold piece because that was your tuition for your. That's for your priest robes and your other stuff. We'll go to YouTube real quick.
YouTube. What?
YouTube. Let's go to YouTube.
We'll wrap up. You guys, you can go to the bookstore, or you want to do that next time.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We can go do it next time. It's already 10 after 9, so if you guys want to stop here.
It's up to Dennis if he wants to do that real quick with the bookstore. We can do that. Okay.
You want to do it? Okay.
Okay.
Do it.
Do it. You can do it.
As you kind of walk across the town, you do get odd looks once in a while, and eventually you kind of ask around, right? Some people do direct you. Most of you.
Yeah.
A couple of people are like, "Oh wow, you really know? Do you have any apples?" You do get asked that a lot. Do you have apples? If you had some, they're worth a fortune. You can sell like an apple for 3 gold a piece.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
They think you're a drug dealer.
Yeah. So when you leave too, he has to deliver the rest of the brandy to that halfling who wants.
Oh, right. We'll go with that. Right.
Anyway, you do find eventually a bookstore, and it's near the college. There's the university, and then they have all the mages. So they have a bunch of that stuff there. And you kind of go up, and
Well, as we walk up, I'm like, so your betrothed was probably booted out of the university because of all the problem with the high elves, causing
That
rumors about the human wizards.
I can see that happening, but
As far as him disappearing,
we need to find him. There he goes. Check
as
the
you come
thing.
up, you see like two basically wizards. They have red robes on. They kind of like leave, and you know there's different aspects of wizardry. Like those are more probably fire mages, and then there's different types.
Yeah.
You're licensed to be able to do magic within the empire and all kinds of other things because they really watch you don't get corrupted. So it's something that's very heavily regulated. So a lot of them who do wear the robes actually work for the empire themselves. Like a lot of times, troops will have a mage wing that support them in battle and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's looked down upon. It's just looked down upon if you're not licensed.
Right.
So they kind of thing, and they just seem to be talking, and they walk out. Apparently, wizards spoke here too, but it is all. You kind of go in, ding, and then there's basically a very large library, and there's books all over the place. And there's an older lady back by a desk, and she's got like an owl in a cage, and she's kind of like putting some coins in there, and she's just like, "Hi, Bill."
I'm looking for some scrolls, perhaps, of music, ballads.
Oh, Emma's unbelievable. She sings in Elvish. Oh, what sort of works are you looking onto?
Entertaining.
Painting. Says you are very riskful walking around without an escort.
I have one.
I kind of look and I'm like, not really. I'm in the same boat. We are just here. I am just
I
here.
have not seen a Duracell in some time.
Is she elf or is she?
No, she's a human.
She's human. Okay.
I was not raised by my kin.
I would assume so.
Otherwise, I would not.
She kind of looks at her and looks at you, and then like,
You can tell that I'm here to stay out of trouble.
met others of your kind. That was rude, but rude.
Brood, but smart. Put some brood on top.
But it's unusual.
His name was Raconteur. A friend, Eckhart. I had not seen him in some time. Raconteur was a wizard of sorts. He came in here quite often. He was already.
Oh.
May your enemy, he says in Dark Elvish, which is not.
Yeah.
May your enemies die by your hand in the most vicious of ways, my brother.
I got a smile and I said, very well said, very well spoken.
And she does have the English, the human accent, but oh well, I haven't had a chance. He disappeared with his lovely, not so lovely, but his female elf that was with him. They disappeared for some time now. I haven't seen them in a bit. I didn't make my way down to the Naughty Nymph very often.
Is this predating the disappearance of
Oh,
the
yes,
elves
several
and
months.
the apple thing?
Sometime. Many months ago. I mean, he's been here since the Naughty Nymph has been around, but that's a whole other story.
The naughty nymph?
It's a bar of ill repute.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can see he lives next door. Basically, all sorts of business goes on there, prostitution and everything else. The main owner is this crazy man with hits people with his fists.
It sounds like a place that my kind would frequent.
You wish to do that sort of thing. Coming here, I doubt that you're of that low caliber. But you wanted to see scrolls. This way, she kind of gets down, slowly walks kind of over there to an area, and she kind of goes in. She says, "Scrolls, you said?
Of songs, yes.
You wanted to have it in Elvish or more in human? Or something that sounds more Elvish than a human tongue? Or what are you wanting to know?"
Either way. And anything originally Elvish, but since there are so many humans about, something with some good human songs.
All right. Yes, here we go. It was. She kind of looks around and she's like, she goes, "Here we go. Valdio's Guide to Human Musical Talents. It's one Elvish way of how to make it sound more for the human ear."
Okay.
It's like observing a book.
I'll try to do
It's notes and annotation, and it's in Elvish and then translated to human. But basically, it's kind of like talks about how poor the human ear is.
It's kind of a treatise with samples.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's saying like, okay, humans aren't going to understand or appreciate what you have. They suck, but they will appreciate it more if it sounds like this instead of that. So it's kind of like his guide to human, music for humans for dummies.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting book.
Yes. What are you asking?
15 gold,
15.
which actually is a pretty good price. Or
I won't even try to haggle. It's sold.
some books are like 30 to 50, so they're very rare.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't have a lot of illumination. It's basically just handwritten, and it looks like it was transcribed by someone else. So you can tell it's not an original copy. It's just basically someone wrote Elvish, and you can tell it's a human's handwriting Elvish. So it's not as good quality, but it's also kind of a decent book. So, well, thanks very much. Was there something you were interested in?
Not particularly, but now that you've told me about this bar, can you direct me to it? I've been wondering if there are more of my.
Oh, yes, it's over that way. And she tells you what it is. Right now, lives around back. He has a house there. I don't know. He's there more. He usually was talking once in a while. He'd get a booking for him, but if you go see him, tell him I have his book.
I will.
It's about high elves. Very rare. It's about 100 gold he owes me for it.
It's interesting. I'll say, well, if you don't mind, if you trust me, I will purchase the book from you, and then if I see him, I will deliver it, because I am interested in learning about that as well. If you would not, I can just relay a message if I do not find him, or find that he is no longer in the area, I can buy it from you.
He can be quite mean. How about if you find that he is no longer about, then I will sell you the book at a discount. You can look into that for me.
I will.
If you wish to look at it, you can go ahead and do that.
I may.
Pretty much it is a book, and it kind of talks about where the group went, talking about the elves in that area and stuff like that. And
kind of the history of
sort of that thing and a little bit of this and that. So it kind of gives you an idea. You get a reading through it about the different races, and there is like the tendency. So it is interesting to read.
Yeah.
So
and since I didn't really get to grow up around my kind.
Yeah, and it looks like it's more centered on the high elves bit,
Right.
but it does talk about some of the dark elf history. So it would be very interesting for you.
Well, I thank her and I say, well, I will look and see if I can.
All right, yes. I mean, it's a lot of money, so I do need to make profit. If he's left, then I have every right to sell it to someone. And if I sell it to someone who is kin, well, it shouldn't be so bad.
Well, I will keep an eye out. I understand that there have been elvish disappearances.
Oh, yes, yes. So sad. So many elves. I think 8. And then Baron, she was a half elf.
Do you think they may have left on their own, or do you?
Oh, no, they've been kidnapped. Oh, he was quite a handsome fellow. He was in here quite often. He was a maid until they kicked him out. A terrible thing.
A human?
Sparkling,
It's Rotherland, you know him?
my betrothed.
Oh, she found about it. He goes like, and then she says something, and basically she says something he would say, and then like he said, "Now, if I ever saw you once, you're supposed to play me the arrow to the swan." And it was like a song that you know. And you go ahead, roll your fellowship. What's running?
I can pause me. Did you say he kidnapped the elves?
Oh, no.
He was. Yes, I got it.
No, she tears up and cries. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, here's your coins back. Oh, wait. Well, I'll let you have something else if you like.
Cook humans.
Do you have anything?
How to make magic?
Of any of the
anything on the apple part?
I can find something. But yes, he came in here quite often. He was quite a lovely man. Elf.
What did he normally purchase from you?
Various books on magics and stuff. You know, he was in like novels. He would like. He was into cooking and in creation,
Dog breeding,
stuff like that. He was kind of looking into a lot of the human stuff, humans, dogs, stuff like that. He was finding and everything else. His magical studies, and then he just abruptly stopped coming in. And then she started hearing about elves. He got kicked out of the university, and then he came in here quite a huff about the whole situation. He was speaking with that other girl, was it that was with him all the time? What was her name?
Yes, what was her name?
Yes, what was her name?
Greta, I think her name was Greta.
Greta Van Fleet, yes.
Van Fleet, sure.
Human or elf?
It's another position.
Human. There's not very many elves here, young lady. She was quite fascinated with them, by the way, but your fiance was quite smitten with you. You can always tell a girl who's...
Always nice to hear.
Yes, you always tell a girl who's got an eye for a man.
Got the eyes of a man.
Yes, in her pocket. She bring him out. Look at him.
Oh, you're talking about dark elves again.
Yes, it was an I got an eye out for you. That's a keeper. She was also a wizard of stuff. He came in here huffing and fluffing and all upset about everything, and she was trying to keep him calm, but he was quite upset about everything.
Is she still around?
I would imagine she's still attending the college. I know she was quite upset too. Girl in love. Anyway, don't feel bad for her. He's a handsome man. Can't help it. But yes, he disappeared soon after that. That's the last time he was in here, about 3 weeks ago.
About 3 weeks.
Yes.
And
And then all these other elves started disappearing and everything else. And then all this business with the apples last couple of weeks.
They say there was an ambassador from Nome.
Yes.
Went missing as well.
I indeed think so. He was came up here as one of the high elves of some sort. But they haven't found anything. But they well know they did find his soul.
He was a high elf.
I believe he was. I believe there's another elf who has come up here looking for him. His name is Oren of some sort.
Really?
Yes. No, he is not elf, but he is an emissary of some sort. I am unsure. I heard talk about the students speak of it. The elves are coming about like crazy, but we're not too sure about everything. And then, of course, there was business with the Emperor's sister being attacked by your kindred. I don't think I haven't heard about that one.
When did this happen?
Some time ago. during a ceremony in the trees. Basically, these dark elves attacked on a dragon, tried to kill the empress. Luckily, there were these Justice League of Elves who were about and saved the day. They were good elves. And ever since that thing, it leaked out what had happened, and people started blaming that it was all a ruse. The elves put up the story that there were bad elves and good elves. Well, you and I know quite well. It's not,
There are bad elves and good elves.
yes, and so does the Emperor and other people, but the common folk don't really see a difference. Still, there seems to be much going on. After that, they seem to be they're trying to take over the kingdom, and then they set up the emissary, and then they insult all the colleges by setting up in the illusionary college and not here in the main colleges of the Altdorf, which all the wizards are, making a mockery of everything.
This Orin, where might we be able to find him?
I've heard he is within the city, but I do not know. And besides, I haven't been able to roleplay his character in the game yet.
Is he made as well, or
That I don't know. I just know he is some sort of emissary looking for the other emissary. Perhaps later, if the person wants to roleplay him as well, we can.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Would you like something to drink?
I have some things.
No, right. She does get you a scroll too. She's like, you can have that one. That's very nice.
I will look into this Dracula and see if he's still about. Perhaps he has done nothing well. Either kidnapped or perhaps for his own safety.
I believe he was leaving on expedition or something, but if he has been kidnapped, I would be quite surprised. God help whoever took Echo.
Which one?
Echo.
Oh, Echo. Yeah. I don't think he'd be kidnapped.
He had a very nice. Actually, he had left a book here. He wanted me to sell for him. He goes over and picks up a book.
It's the alphabet.
It was a reading book he made for little people, so if you want to read it.
It's for amputation.
And Ragnar made extra copies so they could sell the thing.
For dark elf children.
Yeah, so it's a gold. It's 2 gold pieces if you would like a copy of.
Yeah, you'll buy it.
He is
Like, yeah,
born.
that's interesting.
His little pictures.
That's supposed to be the Eckhart.
Yes.
It's been missing for a long time.
Yeah. Ragnar's been looking for it for a while, but his little book he started there with Eckhart.
Oh, that was so funny.
So what was A? A was for
A is for
amputation.
amputation.
It's like an arm getting cut off.
B is for beheading. C was for castration. D for disembowelment. That's how
I
he
can't
learned how
really
to.
sell it to kids.
Yeah,
but
because
you might
Dracula
enjoy
was
it.
teaching him how to read, and he didn't understand it, so he made it easy for him to understand. Because, well, here, just look at it this way. Oh, that's how he learned the alphabet.
So there you go.
And for mutilation, yeah.
Eckhart's
It's ABCs. Yeah, I got a copy of that now. All right.
I thought you might like that.
That's a funny little Easter egg. I'm gonna write it down.
But yeah, she gives you a very. He's like, this was an older one left behind by. It was a traveler. He was a wizard who would come through here once in a while. I can't think of his name. He's very strange accent. He transcribed it and wondered if he'd sell a few things. He was doing some sort of expedition. I took some of it, but it is sort of a.
He himself Polish.
No, he was a wizard, but he was very convinced that elves had started teaching magic. Very contrary to what colleges and others teach. He was quite adamant on it, and he was going to find out the truth about it one day. This was a very important song by the Hilos that he had transcribed. He wants to sell it on thing, but since you're a musician, maybe you can figure it out. No one else really likes it anymore. I gave a few coin for it, but it's not. So, you just
Thank you very much.
if you want to, you just find your fiance and bring him back.
Oh, definitely. High priority item.
There you go. It's so nice to meet you finally at last. And then it's like, oh, come here, Foxa. And the little dog comes out. He's like, do some tricks. This is, I'll say tricks. And she does some tricks. He's like, see, trained you very well. Okay.
This was actually one of my fiance's dogs.
He trained her dog.
Oh, he trained her dog. Okay.
So she does some tricks and stuff. So. He kind of like very friendly towards you and stuff. The scroll, it's like the scroll of Ulan, the gateway to beyond. It is a very beautiful written out music, but it's something you haven't noticed before. Roll your intelligence minus 20, even though you have musicianship.
Okay, minus 20?
Yep.
No, I didn't make it.
It's very complex. It's like looking at Beethoven's Fifth. You know, it's kind of like, what is this? Very interesting, but it's like, okay, I've not seen anything like this before, so it's very, very interesting. So,
Definitely takes some intense study.
yeah. So anyway, another couple people kind of come in, and she's like, well, if you'll excuse me, kind of like little lines at the back of her desk. And she's
And what was your name?
and Fleet.
Well, no, that was the one that was the one hanging around. I was like, yeah,
So this lady's Greta Van Fleet, and the one hanging around with her fiance is somebody different.
Oh wait, no, you're right. I'm sorry. What is the girl hanging out? What was her name?
Greta Van Fleet.
That was the girlfriend.
That was the hang on, yeah.
The groupie.
And there was this other one named Alice Cooper. And Leonard Skinner was hanging out in the lights.
That means the lady who ate the apples was Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy. Oh,
Yeah, Fiona Apple.
Fiona Apple.
Vanilla. Vanilla. Her name's Vanilla.
Indela.
All of them, huh? It wasn't that bad.
All the dice.
Okay, yeah, it was pretty bad.
But anyway, you kind of do all that, and then you can, as you want to head back to meet up with them. By the time you guys kind of come out, they're coming back. Right?
I'm like looking around trying to see any blue.
You don't see anything or feel anything. You feel,
in my bag.
and actually, as soon as you go to that threshold, you still have that feeling like you did when you were inside.
Okay, good.
There you feel.
Good.
Pretty much you guys kind of come out, you all meet up, and we can pick it up from there next time.
Yay!
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you
Yay!
guys. Thank everybody for watching.
Tune in every
Those were some
Tuesday
blasts from the past.
Most
Bring it up in there.
Yeah.
around 6 p.m. Make sure to check out all of our social media. We have a Linktree on all of our social media. You can go there and find links to everything that we have connected and things that people in the group do. Like Studio 222, Kill the Elephant, which is currently, is that up and running yet? Or?
No.
No. Well, anyway, it's a link to his place. And Brad's OnlyFans. So, see you all next week around 6 p.m.-ish. Good night.
Good night.
It's
You saying it?
6 p.m.
Stop streaming.